Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? I don't see a live feed yet. I do not see a live feed yet. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. My camera's on. Okay, for all zero of you that are in the chat, what is going on? Okay, there we go. There we go. I always like to wait, just so you guys are always aware. I always like to wait and see the preview display right there in the, I guess in the dash thingy here, the YouTube setup. I always like to see that. So, anyways, guys, welcome, welcome. We are doing another live stream, and this time it'll be for One Punch Man chapter 126 live reaction. Now, I skipped 125 because 124 was kind of a dud, in all honesty, for a live reaction. You understand, there are, in every manga, it doesn't matter whether it's your favorite manga of all time or it's a dud of a manga, there will always be really hype chapters that you want to see people's reaction to, right? Like Shanks stops the war and that kind of stuff, right? Like you want those reactions, right? Or Kagome and Inuyasha kiss for the first time, things like that. The things that people want to see when they're watching a certain type of series. For me, it's always been sitting here going, all right, which chapter's One Punch Man? Because you guys know I'm not a One Punch Man reviewer, and it's not one of my top 10 series of all time. So I sit here, and usually I ask my Discord. I ask everyone who joins the Discord, I say, listen, what chapter should I live react to? Because I still want to keep up with it. I still like reading the chapter. I just want to know which chapters should I hold off on. So I never read a chapter until I get kind of the okay from my Discord. From at least, usually I wait for 3 or 4 people, you know. I trust the lions of my Discord. That's what I call, I guess, the tier system. I call mine lions. So the mods of my Discord, I usually trust their opinions more than the next person. So I basically ask them. I shout out to them and I say, hey, so next chapter, is it worth the stream? And they'll either say, yeah, or they'll be like, if you want to, or like, really, not really. So, but apparently, these next few chapters, or what we're building to, see, everybody who's in my Discord, or most of them, are webcomic knowledgeable, shall we say. They've read the webcomics. So I sit back and I'm just like, okay. I mean, I don't read the webcomic. Right? I don't read the webcomic, and I've been spoiled for 1 or 2 very, very minor things by checking Wikipedia pages before. But outside of that, and those spoilers are long gone, so don't worry about that. I know nothing from here on. I've actually known nothing pretty much summer of 2019 here on. So, yeah. Anyways, let's... I always wait. I wait a little bit. Like... See, this is why I think people do the preview thing. Like you schedule a time and you're like, hey, I'm going live in 25 minutes or an hour. Be sure to check back. But the thing is, if you're not a huge YouTuber, I've seen like all of a sudden I get 7 concurrent viewers and then drop down to 1 in 5 minutes. And it's like, well, so what's the point? Like, I never really understood that. I understand that for a big-time YouTuber, I do, because then that gives people like me who might be at work or something, that gives us ample time to be like, I won't catch the whole stream, but I know that Teching 101 is doing a stream, and I'll show up, and I'll be there, and I'll be sure to rush home and catch it, sort of idea, right? But for me, it just seems kind of redundant. That's why I never, I usually set the timer for like 10-15 minutes ahead of when I plan to actually sit down and do it, and then I just hit live whenever. So yeah, we're just gonna wait a few minutes as we usually do. You guys know the drill by now. I've actually been doing more and more streaming in the past quarter of last year and now into this year. I'm doing a lot more streaming. Do you guys like my new sweater jacket? Do you like it? Cowboys and all that. It's a very late Christmas gift from my wife. So it's fuzzy as fuck though. this shit is what I imagine like. I was gonna say, see, I've been watching The Mandalorian. I just finished the entire series of The Mandalorian, so I'm sitting here. I was gonna say something, and now I don't think it's appropriate. Anyways, let's check the chat. Oh, Dragon's Rage is in here again. Dragon's Rage, just out of curiosity, are you a new subscriber? Because I haven't seen you in chat before, other than the last stream. So I'm curious if you're new or not. Because sometimes that's the problem with YouTube. Usually I get an email notification and I get notified by YouTube, but sometimes all of a sudden I'll jump up like from, let's say, 205 subscribers to 209 subscribers, and it'll tell me one person joined. Now sometimes I just chalk that up to the number system of YouTube being all fuckery. We all know that happens. But, you know, sometimes I'm just like, where did X person come from? So if you're a new subscriber, let me know. And let me know roughly when you joined or whatever, because I haven't seen you around, like, commenting or being in live streams before. So, I mean, definitely welcome anybody who wants to talk, anybody who wants to chat, that kind of stuff, right? Yeah, right now I'm having a very flat, horrible rum and coke. So we're gonna be drinking that for a little bit here. I still got my rum. I got my cans of Pepsi ready and shit, right? I should call it rum and Pepsi from now on. But yeah, no, this is the end of. If you guys caught my 7 Deadly Sins rant screen, this lovely empty can of pop is from then. That's how old that was. So it did not make a very good rum and coke. But I got English in my blood, you know. I'm part British, so half British, so yeah. Sometimes it sucks. Being that cheap. Where am I jumping to? Dragon's Rage says, yes, you are a new subscriber. Okay, cool. Glad to have you here. I always like new people, especially people that actually want to talk, you know, because I find, like, last live stream was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, yeah. And you know why? Because there were people like you. People like Dragon's Rage was in here. King Odin was in here. The One. Tenryu was in here. MC Dude was in here. I'm apologizing if I'm forgetting anybody. Andrew was in here. There was quite a number of people in there that made the chat fun. Like, I expected that live stream to basically be over an hour, and that was about it. It ended up being 2.5 hours, and I could have kept going. Like, it was, like, there was no shortage of people asking questions, and the chat was still rolling on by the time I was done going through the chats and talking about a few things. There was, like, a page, like, worth of chats to go through. So that was a really good live stream, and that's the kind of live streams I really want to do more. So definitely, you know, always keep that chat alive, always keep that chat going, and don't ever feel, for anybody who watches this back later, because I know I only have 2 or 3 people in here right now, don't ever feel like you can't, like I put this as live Griever stream featuring One Punch Man chapter 126. There's no reason that at the beginning, in the middle, at the end, that we can't talk about something else. Like, I know some people are kind of strict about that kind of stuff, and I mean, I suppose that if I had, you know, 100,000 subscribers and the chat was going, you know, a mile a minute, I would probably associate with that. But for now, no, not so much. You know, for now, I'm just kind of like, you know, I only usually get a maximum of 10, 15 people in here. So it's manageable enough that I can just sit back, say, yeah, what do you guys want to talk about? You know, like, hell, I want to talk about The Mandalorian and Gargoyles. Why? Because I got Disney Plus for free from my wife. So I'm sitting back going, well, I'm going to watch that shit right now. Like, in all honesty, that's what I've been watching. So I'm like, I caught up on The Mandalorian. I'm like, this shit is awesome. We need to talk about this. Then I started rewatching Gargoyles. My nostalgia, my childhood. I'm like, this shit was awesome. So, yeah. Anyways, how long have we been live? We've been live for about 10 minutes. So anybody who's planning on joining has joined, all two of you. I appreciate you two. Dragon's Rage is definitely one of them. Ooh, that was a good crack. There we go. Pour a little more pop on top of that. Only because I'm losing that fizz. I really need that fizz. So I think we should get into it. I think we should start reading chapter 126 of One Punch Man. Now, before we get into this, I don't consider page number spoilers because I don't pay attention to the page number I'm on when I'm reading, and I don't keep a mental count in my head for the most part. So I don't, like, if someone came to me and say, hey, did you hear the latest One Punch Man chapter is 31 pages? That isn't a spoiler to me. I know to some people it is. But I sit back and I'm like, okay. I was told after 124 being a very short live stream and 125 I didn't even react to because I was like, it's another short chapter. I assumed from all the talk that 126 was going to be a bigger chapter number, like what we're used to, page number I should say, and it's 20 pages. Really, it's a Shonen Jump chapter. And you know what my problem with that is that people praise like this whole bi-weekly release. But if the bi-weekly release is only going to be as short as a weekly release, why aren't we getting it every week? For three weeks in a row, we have only gotten Shonen Jump number of pages. But the difference is that we've waited 6 weeks. Even Oda has produced more One Piece chapters in that time by page number alone. So, and he takes as many breaks as the man goddamn well needs. So, I sit back, and I'm not criticizing Murata or anything. I'm just sitting back, like, everyone's hyping up, like, this is going to be it, this is going to be it. And the page number has been the shortest of most chapters that I've read since I started reading One Punch Man regularly, which was around manga chapter, maybe in the late 70s, something like that. I watched season 1 of the anime, and then I kind of jumped into it, so around then. But yeah, we should probably get into this. So, regardless that there's only all of 2 people in here, really? Like, we've been live for 12 minutes. I sent the shout out for. I expected more. Maybe it's just because I'm getting too high on my horse here, but I really expected more people in this one. And you know, this says something too. This is more spoilery than page number. You know why? Because I sit here, I'm thinking. I'm using the old noodle. And it's telling me right now that nobody really cares too much about my reaction. Not because they don't care what I think. Because I've seen that apparently people do. It's the fact that there can't be too much that happens in this chapter. I think, like, I've had mostly from Chubb from my Discord. Shout out to him. He's been sponsoring these last few chapters like it's gold, and so far it's kind of been like, yeah, it's good, but where's the bombshell drop that I've been waiting for with the hype? But let's not judge a book by the amount of viewers I get in the live stream. Let's not judge a book by its cover, which I mean. Okay, guys, I'm going to need a moment. Don't pay attention to what's happened underneath the desk. We're all good. That's why the camera is pointed so far up. There's a reason. Innuendos ensue. Okay, so page 1 already. I don't know what that little girl's doing in the background with a Japanese fan. You know, I don't really understand what she's doing back there, but there is a full-figured woman in this cover page, and I'm right there. I'm right there. Take a step forward. It's my turn to shine. Trust me, no matter what the child behind you does, you know, Child Emperor's girlfriend back there, don't worry, Fubuki. You're always the one shining. God damn. And she's even showing a little bit of skin there. All right. All right. All right. So far we're doing well. All right. All right. All right. Let's do this. Page 1 was already good. Cleaning and typeset from Vib, of course. That's page 2. Vib, of course, VibHav is in my Discord, so be sure to shout out to him and stuff. Him, her, I don't know. That's the beautiful thing about the internet, you know. Very much used in the Sword Art Online Abridged series. If you haven't seen it, it's goddamn beautiful. Guys pretending to be girls and shit. Alright. Okay, so we're doing a Minecraft thing here. There's a bunch of bugs. Am I supposed to know what these are? There's some bug things. Digging a tunnel, it seems. Digging a Colosseum looking thing. We have Saitama and the little demon thing and Flashy Flash still in the minecart, going around like they're in a Minecraft underground thing, and those things are like the spiders from Minecraft or something. And we see gold, rubies, or ruby, like not even rubies. Like gold is plural by itself, but ruby, that's more than one ruby. If that's just one single ruby, that's a goddamn big ruby. That's bigger than the Hope Diamond, for God's sake. That's bigger than like 12 Hope Diamonds combined. That's a massive goddamn ruby, I gotta say. So all these bug demon creatures are, I guess, mining shit, gold and rubies. I guess the 7, where are the 7 dwarves? I'm looking for them. I see a Bug's Life there in the background. If you look to the right of the minecart in the second panel, you'll see the characters from A Bug's Life make an appearance. 3 of the main characters. There's a little baby back there, and there's the main character. I forget their names. And there's the woman, the queen woman, Bug's Life girl. Yeah, they're all there. So that's cool. Underground gold veins. I guess that's relevant. I guess the Monster Association needs money. I mean, why wouldn't they, right? I mean, they certainly need money. Let's see. You know, to fund such an operation. So let's see, to the right-hand side. I see, so this is a source of the funds for your evil deeds. Well, and Flashy Flash is saying this. And source of funds. Saitama's like, oh my god, money. He's just thinking all about that goddamn gold coin. He's thinking about that money. You know, Saitama, I'm sure he's not very good at playing the Sonic games where they collect, or the Mario games, you know, collecting gold coins, collecting, you know, rings and stuff. He's terrible with currency, so. I mean, yeah, I guess they do need funding. It's just kind of funny to see, because how many times do you actually see, like in a manga, not just a shonen, but in a manga in general. I know this is seinen, but how often do you actually see like these things where they get their funds from? Where do they get the weaponry? Where do they get their, you know, it's just like, it's just an accepted thing that, okay, well, they're an evil organization and they have power. You know, it's always, and they have money. It's always assumed. You usually never see the factories or fruits of their labor, or the, you know, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of interesting. And okay, we have the Bugs Life people going, you know, tweet, you know, look, there's a minecart and it's bad people. And then we have these, I'm assuming, demon level threats or lower, maybe tiger level threats. These bug things that were clawing and they're smashing up the track. We jump over to page 5 and we see the demon thing yelling, I'm on your side, and waving, flapping. It seems like a always flapping the cape. Is Saitama's cape white? I thought it was red because I could see him waving the white flag sort of idea. I get that reference, but he's waving the red flag. That's like a call to bulls, and I mean, these things aren't bulls, but I don't know. Anyways, so Saitama and Flash, they jump into action, and splatter. Those things are goddamn done for. That's pretty cool. And the bug and the little demon things like his eye, it's kind of grotesque. His eyeball's actually out of its socket there. We see Flashy Flash looking cool, and Saitama looking like he's gonna like sit down on the toilet or something. Very classic Saitama thing. He looked cool for a second, just to go back to being, well, Saitama. Okay, so they land back in the cart. Everything's cool, and Flashy Flash is staring like wide-eyed, like, what the hell did I just see from Saitama? And Saitama is like, hey, not bad. Like, I'm waiting for this interaction, because, like, you know what's going to piss me off is that Flashy Flash now has seen, is this his third time? Like, twice he stopped his own Flashy Flash's blade. You could kind of count the speed catching up with him the third time. This is the fourth time Flashy Flash has had an example that Saitama is the real deal. Like Death Gun in Sword Art Online, are you the real deal? You know, in the English dub and stuff, like, you're the real deal. Gun Gale Online, are you the real deal? You know, I feel like Flashy Flash in this moment is Death Gun without actually acknowledging that this dude's Kirito. He's Jesus Kun, shall we say, as he's been effectively and affectionately called by the Reddit and anime community at large. Has he not accepted that Saitama is Jesus yet as his Lord and Savior? Clearly he hasn't been to the Church of Saitama yet, but I mean, 4 times, no offense, like, I'm not a God-fearing man, but if somebody jumps up in front of me and does like 4 things like that, I'm going to be like, all right, well, I guess, I mean, I'm the type of person that if I see it, like, I'm not going to be, like, arrogant and be like, no, that's not possible. But if, like, Jesus shows up, turns my water into wine, gives me some bread, dies and comes back 3 days later, if he does 3 or 4 feats right in front of me, I'm going to kind of sit there and be like, guess I'm going to church on Sunday. But what's going to piss me off is that Flashy at the end of this will somehow, just like he's explained away Saitama's abilities thus far, it's going to really tick me off that Flashy Flash is going to have no indication that Saitama is not as strong as he is, but is like A S-class-ish. Like his strength is definitely up there, way beyond what he expected and stuff. He won't acknowledge that, and that's going to piss me off. I hope that's not the case. I really do. But I just have this feeling, because that's always irked me, that people try to explain away, oh, King did everything or something like that. And I love King. But, yeah. Let's just double check the stuff. All right. So that's page... All right, we're still on page 8. So... Okay. I didn't even check down this far. This is funny. This is kind of funny. Man, I got something in my eye all of a sudden. So Saitama is sitting down in the cart looking at Flashy Flash, being like, you're kind of fast. You're kind of fast. Oh, man. I want one non-arrogant S-class. Like, Drive Knight might be the least arrogant. Maybe Bang. Bang actually isn't really as arrogant as most of the others. Like they're all so arrogant. Atomic, Flashy, Tatsumaki, Tank Top. I mean, they're just also Dark Shine. They're also arrogant. It'd be nice to see some people more like Bang, or I mean King, I guess kind of counts. Child Emperor is arrogant. I mean, I understand your position comes with a level of arrogance, but I deal with arrogant government officials every goddamn day, and it's really annoying because they honestly think they're so up here. So I kind of get that vibe from the S-Class. Like, they all have the same, like, personality type A, shall we say, And that's really... I mean, they're all distinct, different people, and characters, but when you boil it down, they all have that same personality type A, just done a little differently, a little skewed, but it's not a different letter. Does that make sense? Just like their arrogance shows through like all the damn time. I'm not saying you can't have badass characters, but when every character is a Hiko Sejiro from Rurouni Kenshin, or if every character is a Kisuke Urahara, or an Aizen from Bleach, or if I don't know, if every character is a goddamn Midoriya from Toriko or something like that. Like if every character is a Shanks, if every character is a Whitebeard, if you have 20 Whitebeards in your series, it kind of dilutes Whitebeard. Yeah, does that make sense? I guess I'm just feeling that right now. It doesn't really have much to do with this scene. It's just the yeah. I was just thinking about that when I was thinking about reading this chapter and stuff. I was kind of like, why don't I care for more of the S-Class as individuals? And I think it's because I find them all a little one note for most of their interactions that I've seen. You know, they all fight with a level of arrogance and stuff. It'd be nice to have, I guess, someone a little different. That went down the wrong pipe. Let's see. MC Dude. King is... Oh, there. MC Dude is in here. King is great. Yeah, King is probably one of my favorite S-Class. Alongside Bang. I like Bang. Flashy's absolute denial is hilarious. I mean, I found it hilarious in the first chapter, like, that it happened when he denied both his sword swings. I thought that was funny, but if at this point, if he continues to do it, it's going to get old fast. That's why I'm hoping it doesn't happen. Because they're clearly going to run into a few more demon, maybe a dragon level threat at this point. Definitely a few demons. And if they do run into more, and he keeps like trying to explain it away, it's going to get repetitive really quick. I don't mind these first 3 or 4. I guess I should clarify. This is okay. But if it continues past this for like 5 or 6, once we get to that half dozen mark, I'm going to be a little like, this is a little stale, you know? Dragon's Rage says, King and Bang are my favorite S-Class heroes. You know what? I think they're mine too, to be honest with you. That or Metal Bat. I love Metal Bat. Metal Bat reminds me of a typical shonen hero. Oh, lo and behold, Dragon's Rage. Metal Bat isn't as cocky as the rest of the S-Class, I think. You're absolutely right. Metal Bat, like Metal Bat, it's not... I guess it's just that they all have the same attitude in battle. Like, we see Child always smirking and being sure of himself. It's that cocky, arrogant attitude when going into battle, and then they get owned. Like Pig God is... Their nonchalant arrogance. Like, I can't wait until Tatsumaki shows up with that attitude and gets fucking stomped. Because it's like, you guys aren't as nearly as strong. Like, look at what's happening right now. Pig God's being eaten. Sweet Mask is being, well, Sweet Mask. Atomic is being bodied. And all this stuff. But they were arrogant the entire time. Like, oh, that took a little bit of strength. No, it didn't. It took all your strength. And you are barely keeping it together. Like, it's the level of, like, nonchalant arrogance when... And that's the problem. The dialogue doesn't match the actions. Like, they're bleeding... They're basically all of the S-Class, or the majority of the S-Class, remind me of the Black Knight from Monty Python. Like, both his arms are cut off and his legs are cut off, and he's sitting there like, it's a flesh wound. I can still take thee. It's like... Does your arrogance know no bounds? And it's not done well in a cool Escanor Pride form when it's not just one character. If one of the S-Class, if Atomic was like that, or Flashy was like that, or Child Emperor was like that, it'd be acceptable. But we got 20-odd characters that all basically have the same note of attitude towards a fight. And at first it seems badass, but when you look back on it, it's all the same sort of idea. It's not really a criticism. It's just something I've noticed, and I think that's what takes me out of the moment a little bit. Almost all the S-Class seem to be well-intentioned overall, but they aren't ideal, MC Dude. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying, is that they're all well-intentioned. Don't get me wrong. They're all doing their stuff, and they all look cool doing it, but, like, if every... Like, think of any series that has a system like that. Think Bleach, the Gotei 13. If every captain had the same attitude towards every fight, how boring would those fights in Bleach have been? Just saying, just saying, you know? Whether they win or lose, just like the S-Class, whether they win or lose, wouldn't it be boring if every single one of them acted like Kenpachi? If you had 13 differently designed, all different powered characters, and they all had the same attitude towards every fight like Kenpachi did. How boring. Kenpachi's a great character, but only because he's the only one in the series that acts that way. Imagine if you had all 13 Kenpachis in one series. A little stale, you know? And I feel like though they differ in personalities and differences, they all have the same there's this one element that makes them all the same S-Class. I don't know. I don't mean it as a huge criticism, guys, because I know I'll get probably dislikes and hate for that, and I don't mean to. It's just an observation. So far I am enjoying the chapter, if anybody's curious. I just think that, you know, sometimes that's kind of why I don't really care for any of the S-Class. That's why, like, my favorite characters are not in the S-Class. Maybe that's the reason, because I find them all one note. Maybe we just haven't spent enough time with them. There's that. So anyways, where were we? We had Saitama on here on page 8 saying, "You're kinda fast." Flashy looking at him like, kinda, huh? And all that. Who the hell are these guys? They are too strong. You know. And Flash is like, "What do you mean, kinda? Are you freaking serious? I will cut up that bald head of yours and make sashimi out of it. Don't you test me, you know." And then Saitama looks at him and says, "Hey, yes, cape. Take it. He's taking his cape back. He's all pissed that he took his cape. And so he puts his cape back on. He's like, "Alrighty then, good folks. Are we ready for Blue's Clues today?" You know, and we get some more attacks. He finally put his cape back on, and it got crab leg pincered. And Saitama was pulled right out of the cart with it. Flash was like, "Hey, what just happened?" And they, "Oh no, that's oh man." I thought it would be worse if Flashy saw some more feats from Saitama, and he still wasn't believed in the Lord and Savior that is the One Punch Man. But instead we're going to have they got separated, and Flashy won't actually see what happens. How many times has that happened? Yay. I know it's supposed to be a running gag, but And I don't mean with Flashy. Actually, I find this interaction kind of funny. I just mean in general. I know that's the running gag, is that nobody can know that Saitama is as strong as he is. Nobody can witness his feats, or if they do, King takes the credit. I get it. That's the gag of the series. But that is, once again, one of the things that keeps it out of a great series for me. So we see him pull back. Flashy tries to reach him. He just sees him being stomped. Flash is like, "Oh no," and then we see the minecart keeps going on, and the track is broken, and they're like, "Oh my god, what's going to happen? Damn it, long live the Monster Association." We see all the bug creatures jumping out towards them. Flashy zooms back out of the minecart. Maybe I judged too quickly, because maybe he'll find Saitama in the end. He jumps back and slashes, of course, all the bug monsters. Okay, he doesn't go back through the tunnel, so maybe not. Oh, and a beautiful panel on page 13 that looks... Oh, there's Saitama. Okay. I mean, that's kind of funny. I really like that panel. That panel summarizes almost One Punch Man in one beautiful spread. Does it not to you guys? This summarizes One Punch Man as the series right there. Blood, gore, monsters blowing up, and this bald-headed idiot just running away with the treasure. Like, I have a paycheck this week. I got money for my udon that I'm going to make. And he's just so happy, Like, he's like, hey, I got away from it. I can't wait to spend this money at the local grocery store for that 2-for-1 bargain sale, And he's taking the gold, and I think it's more rubies or something like that. It's hard to tell. It says gold on one. It might say gold on another. You know what? That's kind of fun. I find that kind of fun. Let's see what the chat's saying. Let's see. Dragon's Rage. What about Puri Prisoner? He's funnier than the rest of the S-Class except King. Yeah, actually, Puri is another one that isn't too arrogant about his abilities. He casually admits that he's one of the weakest, if not the weakest, S-Class. He knows his limitations to a point. Yeah, S-Class is... I just mean in general. Like, let's say, okay, how many is there really? There's 20 S-Class, right? So if there's 20 S-Class, let's say the majority. So let's say 13 to 14 of them have this, and then there's about 6 or 7 exceptions. How's that? Puri is the least heroic. The least heroic. That's a loaded question. Is Puri Prisoner the least heroic of the S-Class? Let's think about this for a second. That's a statement. That is a statement. I need to go through the least heroic of the S-Class. Puri Prisoner. Hold on. Hold the phone here. He's not, don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of Puri. But, Puri Prisoner is the least heroic. Blast is probably the least heroic. Because we've never seen the dude. He never shows up. So out of the entire S-Class, world-ending threats have been happening, and Blast just does not seem to give a shit. He's more lazy than Saitama. So I would give it to Blast to be the least heroic. A hero is someone it depends on your definition of being heroic, but I would give it to Blast because he's never there. What good is a hero if he's never there to save the day? If he's there too late, it won't matter, right? Like if Goku fails to save the Earth, so what if he kills Frieza? If he doesn't save the Earth before Frieza blows it up, he's not a hero. He lost. So I would give it to Blast. Tatsumaki is another one who's not really heroic. She's just in it for her own power trip. She doesn't do it out of the goodness of her heart. Well, a lot of them don't. So I don't know. But honestly, I cannot sit here in good conscience and put Puri Prisoner under Blast for heroics. Because at least Puri Prisoner does something. Let's see. Dragon's Rage says, how so? And MC Dude says, because of what he does in prison. Dragon's Rage, to each their own. I don't really know how to respond to that. That's a good argument, I guess. But I've tried to stay away from what Puri does in his spare time, shall we say. Kind of in the same way that, like, I've always believed. All right, this might get a little political, but I've always believed that regardless of your opinion about the LGBT XYZ double T whatever community, regardless of your personal opinion and stuff, as long as you're not out to hurt anybody or whatever, like what people do in their own home and to their own body and in their own bedroom and stuff, that's up to them. We're all got a few kinks here and there, and I'm sure there's a few things that, we like, maybe that we watch on the internet or we do in the bedroom, that we wouldn't like the general public to know. I'm sure there's more than a few people like that. So I've always been of the opinion that you do you, it's fine, whatever, don't throw it in my face, but as long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you're not pushing it on anybody, as long as you're not being like the goddamn, the Mormons or whatever, or the Jehovah's Witness come to my door and throwing it in my face, you go do your religion, you go do your politics, you go do your sex life, go do your whatever. So, in the same, I mean, it's implied what Puri Puri does in prison, and that's just, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a tough one. It's a toss-up now. I don't know, because Puri Puri is kind of, is it rape? I don't know. It's, I don't want to think about that too much, honestly. Let's move on. He breaks out of prison for you. That's true. Does he save more than he rapes? I mean, at this point, he's definitely, like, he's saved people where Blast has saved no one, as far as we know. So, I still give it to Blast right now as being the least heroic, but you guys caught me a little bit between a rock and a hard place with that one. Anyways, so we're on page 13. We're halfway down the chapter. Page 14 here, we see Flashy looking on stunned once again. Saitama with his teeth on a bag of gold, running forward, being like, whoa! And Flashy there is to join him with the demon thing. They jump on the minecart, it lurches forward. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Saitama, he's got the bag. He says, we need directions, so don't fall. And he lets the bags of gold go that he was holding with his teeth. And they drop into the pit below, and the face of horror can only be described as the Scream painting. Oh, poor Saitama. I actually feel bad for Saitama there. They land back on the minecart, and, Flash puts his sword away, goes, you're pretty good. And Saitama is just like, damn, he's just like, what's wrong? Nothing. Are you okay? I'm fine. Is there anything I can do? No. That's Saitama right now. He's so goddamn down in the dumps. To be fair, I would be too. Like, you imagine, it'd be the same if you did like a mission in any of those like RPG video games. If you did any mission where you couldn't loot the bodies. Like, imagine like fighting a super hard, like going through a Star Wars game and fighting a super strong like Sith Lord or something, and you finally beat that thing, and you're like, I'm gonna get his awesome ass lightsaber with +5 to attack, and you try to loot his body and you can't loot his body, either for whatever reason, whether it was a glitch, whether you actually can't loot the body, or it cuts to a cutscene after you kill him and you don't actually get to loot the body, so you don't get his weapons or armor or anything. Imagine that shit. That shit does happen in video games, whether because of the 3 reasons I listed or there are more. But imagine that. That's what Saitama is right now. Saitama is the character in an RPG going like, but I went through the mines. It's basically the mines level in a video game is basically like as bad as a water level in other video games. But I went through it. I killed a bunch of monsters. I should have loot. Where's all my gold? Where's all my loot? So when this minecart trail ends and we reach the end of the tunnel, when I go to the next town, I can buy all this badass armor. Where's my loot? And he dropped his loot. He dropped his loot. Honestly, this is the most I have ever connected with Saitama in the entirety of One Punch Man. I have never connected with Saitama as much as I do right now. Like, this is hilarious, because I can understand him. I can understand this one moment that he's had. All right, let's check the chat. Nothing. Jesus, am I really that boring? My God. I thought that this stream, honestly, would get way more views than the Seven Deadly Sins one. It's amazing. It's really amazing that, like, you can think that one stream... Honestly, I expected this stream to get, like... I don't know. I can see why, because we're nearing the end of the chapter and not really, like, holy shit has happened, so I kind of get it. But I was expecting this to be my most watched live stream to date. A little disappointing, but whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. This is the way. I watch The Mandalorian. Alright. So, after that, we get no sleeping, you give us good directions, blah, 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 sure thing, blah, 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 blah. Okay, next page. So that was page 16. This is page 17. We're almost done. Oh. Okay, I'm a fan of, can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I like her better than Fubuki. There's a few reasons. There's a few reasons for me to like Gero over Fubuki. The tits are down, the ass is up, and that's the way I like to. And can we say that on YouTube anymore? I don't know. But I mean, the butt is shaking in anticipation. She's on the couch. She's in the position. She's got glasses. For those of you who don't know, my wife recently got LASIK surgery. So I will never see her in glasses again. And honestly, I was always a fan. It's not really a fetish. It's just more of a... I always thought she looked really, really, like, beautiful and hot in glasses. Especially this one pair that I really loved. And now she doesn't need contacts anymore, of course, and she's never going to wear her glasses again. And I sit back and I'm looking and I'm like, you know, this woman here, not only does she have the long hair down, which is something for me. I always think, you know, this is just preference. Big tits, big ass, glasses, long hair. And she fits all 4 categories. I mean, she could have a bit of a darker complexion and stuff, but those are nitpicks. Yeah. Gero. And she's got an Ouroboros Infinity brooch. Wonder what that means. I mean, she's the snake eating her own tail sort of idea. And the infinity sign, so it's a never-ending cycle. I'm sure it has some deeper meaning that they'll go into the philosophy of her character a little more soon. Or at least near the end of this arc, whenever that is. I find it interesting. But either way, she is held down here. Rover, my telepathy is getting no response. Also, she seems to be seeing... She seems to be connected to... How can she see... Okay, what are these people's powers? Like this right here implies that Jean Grey can literally see into... Did I miss something? Where she's like she's got video surveillance through her mind of all of the Monster Association headquarters or something. And that was explained away. Am I missing something? Like, I don't get it. I'm trying to figure it out. Let's go back to the chat. Let's see. MC Dude says, I too can relate to finding gold under my house and losing it. Yeah, it happens. Your most watched will happen when Garo comes back into the focus of the story, I'm sure, MC Dude. Yeah, probably. But I thought that this chapter, see, this is the problem. The last, the chapters leading up to Christmas and now in the new year have been so hyped for me. And they have not delivered. They're good chapters, but not to be hyped. Not for a non-One Punch Man fanboy. They're not to be hyped. I'm sorry. Bang and Bomb attacking Rover was cool. One panel. Don't really care about what happened in between. And, this has been a funny interaction, but like when we see Black Sperm smack Saitama in the face and get away with it. There we go. There's a moment. Everybody acts, I think that's the problem with the One Punch Man community as a whole. Everybody acts as though this is Whitebeard and Roger clashing or Shanks stopping the war moments every goddamn chapter. It's like, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Your moments are not decade-bending moments that people will go to 10 million views on YouTube for every goddamn video, I'm just when you hype something up for me, make it worth my while, I guess. I don't know. The Garo hype against Darkshine was cool, and then Murata fucked me over and didn't deliver. I was waiting for that fight. I really don't care about all this. Go to Garo versus Darkshine. This is entertaining, not what I'm after. Sweet Jabus? I assume that was supposed to be Sweet Jesus. Everyone's jumping off the Fubuki train. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Fubuki, but the problem is that Fubuki does not have glasses and her hair is too short. She got everything else, but see, I like my glasses and I like my long hair. Just saying. Dragon's Rage. Maybe it takes time to do each page since the art is so detailed. That's why the chapters are short. Murata's never had that problem before, and if so, he should go back to being monthly if he's having this struggle because, yeah, sure, the art's detailed, but honestly, I don't want to sacrifice waiting 2 weeks for 18 pages. It's not really my taste. I'm not saying, whatever person telling their story, they can do it any way they want. I'm just saying that I would honestly wait for 3 chapters to come out then. And then do a live reaction. I'm not enough of a One Punch Man fan that I could One Punch Man fan. Say that 5 times fast. In the idea that I can't just sit back and go, all right, well, I guess I'll wait a month. And I'll wait for 3 chapters to come out, and I'll react to them all and make a good stream out of it. The only reason this stream has gone 53 minutes is because I've been stalling just to keep it going. This feels like the last One Punch Man stream I did, where there wasn't enough to talk about. See, this is me stalling again, just constantly drinking. I mean, hell, I just put the rum on top just so I can have something to sip. And I spilled a little. Bam. That burns. That burns good. And I'm very disappointed. I don't think we've even topped 5 people in here at once. The only reason I actually do One Punch Man live streams is because I was getting some good live streams out of it. That's the reason I don't review the series, is because I'm not passionate enough about it. But this is really disappointing. I've been having some fun with the chapter, but I've been having this is probably like I haven't been having enough fun with the actual live stream. There's just not enough going on, you know. Like it's definitely might have to skip next chapter or something and build up some hype or something. I don't know. So, anyways, yeah, going back to her abilities. So, apparently, Giro is looking here on page 17 saying, also, what is this? This Baldy, is he a hero too? Even a weirdo like that is closing in on our inner sanctum. Tatsumaki, too. I guess I'll have to deal with her myself. And she's straining and she's using some force with her thing. Once again, what are the limits of this power? Telekinesis does not mean that you can use telepathy, and telepathy does not mean you can use telekinesis. So, I guess she has both. And then neither of these techniques allow you to see, like, is she using one of her bat, like, eye thingies again or something? Like, it's just, I don't know. It's like Fubuki basically healing, so to speak, Bang and Bomb. I don't buy that with her abilities. It's weird and seems a little bit of hacks to me. And this is just getting, I don't know. Once again, it's One Punch Man. Don't take it too seriously, but yeah. Okay, so page 18. Oh, she was reaching out for a poison. She's literally got Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. She's got the Evil Queen's, like literal deaths there. She's got the skull. Where's the crow? Because she's got the skull. She's got the bone hand. She's got the quills. She's got the, the jewelry box. And some magic potion thing. Let's go all out. Do you have any idea how long I have planned for this day? She's chugging this poison potion drink, slams it on the ground. She's literally pulling an evil queen. She's got the evil queen. She's going to poison the apple. And then she's going to drink all the magic to change her hands. My hands. And become the hag. Okay, she's exploding. She's going... Okay, Goku's hair didn't even ever do that. Like, that's Super Saiyan. That's an explosion of hair. That's nuts. Okay, now her hair's all... Okay, so now she's super level. Bear Witness 2, the one who Giro can't begin to compare with. Lord Psychos? And her terrifying psychokinesis. Okay, so is that how they're explaining away all her abilities? Is that it's psychokinesis? Not telekinesis or telepathy? Or is it does that include like 5 abilities or X-Men superpowers in one? I don't know. Either way, so she's got both an earring, both earrings and a brooch with the whole, and her shirt is all the... It's all about the goddamn serpents. It's all about the snake. It's all about the Ouroboros. Interesting. Okay, so the veins are popping out of her head. She's got Super Saiyan hair. And she's disaster level dragon. I thought she already was, but I guess she was a demon and now she's pushed to dragon. Or this means we have confirmation that we never had that she's dragon. And that's the end. Well. Yeah. I would have rather been watching Dr. Stone or Shogeki no Sama and reviewing that today. That chapter was... It's another chapter. What's with this hype build? You know what? I'm not trusting my Discord anymore because everyone's telling me, oh, don't worry, the chapters are coming. The chapters are hyped. The chapters are coming. You wait till next chapter. Ho, 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 ho. The problem is that these people are on the webcomic thing, and they think they know what's going to happen next chapter, but they don't know what filler Murata's going to add in. They don't know what the length of the chapters. They don't know. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm disappointed. I thought I would have a better reaction. I mean, I'm tired from the work week and stuff, and I thought that, this might boost me up a little. I've had a few drinks, I'm enjoying myself, and I've had a fun time, but, like, this is the whole reason I don't live react to, like, why would I do behind the bar reviews if reactions was my go-to? Reactions are only my go-to when big things happen, And that's the reason I don't review One Punch Man, because I'm not passionate enough about it, and I feel like a broken record now. So, yeah. Man. All right, let's check the chat. MC Dude says, yeah, I didn't like her pulling out some juice out of nowhere. Yeah, what is that? That's some evil queen fucking concoction that she pulled out from 1937? Dragon Rage says Gar versus King would be so hype, but we all know King would win. Of course King would win. King would win against Saitama. King has actually beaten Saitama. King beat him in video games. He won against Saitama. Period. That is a statement, and it is true. MC Dude says she was Dragon before, but I guess that full page and Dragon panel is just tradition at this point. I guess. Already thought she was Dragon. It's not like it's I mean, the Super Saiyan transformation thing is kind of like, okay, cool. She's gonna go out, so she's gonna fight Tats. I hope she kicks her ass. But since I didn't see her kicking her ass, I'm just kind of sitting here twiddling my thumbs, waiting. MC Dude, because the previous Dragon page was with her as Gyro. I mean, yeah, I'm okay with it. It's just like, why was this chapter hype again? I don't know. I do not know. What did you guys think of the chapter overall, though? Let me know. Like, what did you think of the chapter? What do you think is going to happen next? All that stuff. Frankly, at this point, I've been told to be hyped for now. Like, if this has been bi-weekly, truly, let's assume that there was no breaks and stuff, and this is bi-weekly. I've waited 8 weeks now. That's 2 months. I've waited 2 months for a goddamn hype chapter, and I've gotten nothing. Nothing hype enough. Okay, Rover was fought. Okay. We got to see Gyro. Her female form. Okay, sexy, but fine. What's happened? We haven't seen jumping back to Garo, the real main character. We haven't seen Black Sperm against, we haven't seen a balls out Marine Ford level battle. What's so hype? I don't get it. I guess I'm just not enough of a fan of the series or something. But this chapter was just it's a chapter. It's like the last One Piece chapter, or not the last One Piece chapter, but the one that just came out or whatever. I saw some spoilers, and I'm just kind of like, okay, it needs to be told. Here's what's happening, but I wouldn't call the next chapter of One Piece what a fantastic chapter. It's not a hype chapter, so. MC Dude said, I didn't hype it. Blame Greek. Yeah, I'll blame Greek for that one. It was alright, but there was immediate disappointment on the realization that it wasn't pushing forward with Darkseid and Garo. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, I mean, it was fine. That's what I'm saying. I have no real problem with the chapter. It was a pretty good chapter. It's just that, why am I here? A little bit. And I know that people will be butthurt in the comment section down below later on, and they'll dislike and stuff and say, well, if you're not hype about it, then why are you live reacting to it? Don't complain, blah, blah, blah. This series is fantastic. Well, let me guess, you like mid-piece and shit like that. And I'll be like, yeah, well, it's better, for one thing. And the other thing is that, no, I literally have been told to review this or react to this. Because people like my honest opinions on the chapter. I'm not a fanboy, so it's not going to be biased. And I am critical of the series, but I think my critiques are fair, if not a little impassionate. So, it brings a fresh, voice to the community. That being said, I will admit that right now it's been a long week. I am tired, and I didn't really see any point in doing a live reaction to this particular chapter. It was a good chapter, but I only like to live react to big chapters. That's the reason I didn't react to 125. Because 124 was a bit of a letdown. Dragon's Rage says, I thought the chapter was decent. The art was great as usual. Yeah, the art was fine and everything. Once again, I'm not trying to put down One Punch Man here, ladies and gentlemen. Not at all. The art was good. The chapter was fine. It told a story, blah, blah, blah. But in the same way that not every chapter of One Piece is Shanks Stops the War, this chapter was nothing to live react about. In my opinion. See, I guess it's because maybe most of you or most of the community won't see my differentiate between a review and a live reaction. I think that a live reaction needs to be above and beyond. Something needs to be worth... there's a review and a live reaction. I believe a live reaction needs to be above and beyond a review. Because I can still get passionate about a review, but it's the very reason that I review the series that I do is because I like to bring I like to sit down, I like to read through it again, try to come up with a cohesive, argument for my points and stuff like that. But a live reaction is meant to be hype. It's meant to be King of Lightning or Grim Reaper or somebody like that will jump out of their chair and say, "Let me get my blade! Oh, whoa!" That's what people expect from a live reaction. And that's the whole reason that I don't normally do live reactions, is because when that happens, the chapter needs to be worthy of that jump out of the chair, major whoa 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 reaction, right? That big arms flailing sort of thing. It's party time. Let's do this, right? It's got to be worth that. And that's why, because I know that in the run of a year, there are probably 5 out of 40 chapters in Shonen Jump. Even in things like One Piece, there's probably 5 to 10. It's less than 25% of the chapters in a run of a year are worth that jump out of the chair, holy shit moments. There are exceptions to this, but in general, all of my top 10 favorite series have only probably 5 to 10 chapters per arc alone that are worth the jump out of the moments, right? Because it's all about the moments. It's not the chapter. It's the moment that happens in the chapter. So that's how people can make top 10 moments in a series. Top 10 moments, season 1, season 2, season 3, arc 1, arc 2, arc 3, whatever you want to do. People make lists like this. The reason people do is because of this whole thing that there are moments in the series that you're just like, that episode. The episode itself might have been okay, but that moment made it go from a 9 to an 11. It was 9 out of 10, jumped to an 11 out of 10, because that moment was in that episode. The episode itself, it was good. Nothing spectacular, right? So, but I've always believed that the live reaction is something that needs to happen on those. Now, if you're a channel that constantly does live reactions, and that's your way of doing things, you do, like Roger Space, I know does this. He live reacts and reviews, for example. And I know Grim Reaper, he live reacts to almost everything. That's fine if that's your channel, if that's the way you want to present yourself. But I'm a reviewer, not a reactor. So, but I don't feel like reviewing One Punch Man. Live reacting to it, it's a little less effort on my part, to be honest. I get to talk with you guys, the chat, and so if I mess something up or whatever, and you guys can correct me live in the chat, and or if I have questions or whatever, and I get a little bit of enjoyment out of it, But anyway, I've been ranting too long about this. Point is that I've been a little disappointed in the last 2 streams for One Punch Man. MC dude, you need to talk to Greek. Because you hopes like Tom and Flash should go down to find Orochi just chilling on his throne. Man, that's not going to happen. Do I want it to? 100%. I want Orochi to be alive. I want him to be there. But I got a feeling that Orochi is one and done. I really don't want it to be the case, but I mean, if every chapter of a manga was hype, you would get burnt out. You need slow chapters to breathe from Dragon's Rage. That's what I've been saying. I agree 100%. But I believe that in my case and my YouTube channel and my opinion about One Punch Man dictates that I live react to hype chapters. The in-between chapters, I'm not going to be here every week to do it. If that makes sense. I don't mean to be mean to the series or mean to the fans or mean to anybody. And I don't mean to be so depressing. I'm just sitting here kind of saying, like, it's not my favorite series, but I enjoy the hype moments, and I'm here for the hype moments. Yeah, I mean, you could call that, what do people call it when you, like, you jump on the hype train, I guess, or something like that. I don't know, but I'm only here for the hype moment. MC Dude, it was actually Vib. Yeah, well, Vib should know better. If it was Vib, Vib should know better. Oh, One's in here. Hey, One. Orochi trash. You leave Orochi alone. He was the only good thing left. Then we got Garo. And Garo was great. And then Murata decided to go away from Garo for a long time. That being said, we do have, speaking of Vib, we do have some couple of links from Vib. He wanted me to do them for the live stream. So since this chapter was kind of a dud, to be honest, I don't know, guys. Maybe it's been. What do you think? Am I underappreciating this chapter a little bit? Is it me? I don't mean to be a downer in the dumps. I really don't. I'm sitting here. It's Friday night. I got my weekend. I got my rum. I can drink till I drop if I feel like it. I don't because I want to do stuff tomorrow. But I've got no limitations. I got no paperwork to do. I mean, I could, but I don't have to. Like, I took care of everything Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, I watched The Mandalorian. And now, Friday, I finished The Mandalorian. And when I'm done this, I'm going to go back there. I'm going to start watching Gargoyles. Nostalgia trip. Yes, Gargoyles. Great series. Go watch it. Get Disney Plus, watch Gargoyles. I know some of you are too young to remember Gargoyles, but this cat, this 29-year-old, he remembers Gargoyles. I actually have two. I have Goliath and Hudson. I have the action figures. I gotta go find those. Anyways, point is, yeah. Am I being too judgmental? Am I either too drunk, too tired, too dispassionate? I just want to know if it's me. Like, I'm fine with taking flack for my videos and my opinions. I'm fine with, like, 3 7 Days Since chapter reviews ago, I took a lot of flack. I took a lot of dislikes. Actually, it was my most disliked video that I've ever produced. It was still more likes than dislikes, but it was, like, teetering on that point. It was, like, 52% liked. Or 59 or something like that, right? It took a lot of dislikes. It took a lot of hits. And that kind of made me go, whoa, what did I do? What did I say? That pissed people off. And I tried to figure it out. I know you can't appease everyone, and I'm not going to change my views if I think I'm right. That's the point of a YouTuber. We all think we're right in our opinions. But to get dislikes, like, if I've disagreed with someone, Like, I disagree with Grim Reaper, for example, all the goddamn time. But I don't think I've ever disliked a single goddamn video that man has ever produced. And I've always liked Keishan Prime's videos when he produces one. I've always liked Sundown Riders, 90 Hemmings, Tekken 101, King of Lightning, Roger Space, Joyboy. All the guys I follow, any single YouTuber I follow, I've always liked their videos. Even if I flat out disagreed with every goddamn opinion they had, that does not mean I dislike the video. I disagree with their opinion. I don't dislike their video. You know? So I tried to sit back and go, well, there are some people that don't think that way, blah, blah, blah. But I've always gotten quite a few likes. I'm always in the like 80, 90% range. I get one dislike, but I get 20 likes, right? So I tried to figure it out. And I'm just wondering, you know? Anyways, let's jump back to the chat. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. MC Dude saying, Toa, you're a Bionicle now. You are wrong. Toa says, he can't even take a normal punch. Nobody can. Who took a normal punch is my question. No, seriously. Who took a normal punch? MC Dude, he actually took multiple. Yeah, fact checked. Yeah, he's not wrong. He took more than one. Dragon's Rage, you're just disappointed in the chapter due to people hyping you up. That's what I believe. And MC Dude says it's hard to it's hard not to like genuine high energy. Exactly. Like, I will be energetic. Don't get me wrong. And I think Dragon's Rage and MC Dude, you two, shout out to MC Dude 72 and Dragon's Rage for being here the whole stream pretty much. And constantly chatting and keeping the stream alive, to be honest, because I could have ended this easily. Like, I'm just not in the mood, I don't think. But I think that's my problem. I was sitting down. I just came off The Mandalorian and Gargoyles. Fantastic series. Go in, ready, full of hype, rum and coke. Let's see chapter 126 of One Punch Man. I can't wait to see the Garo, Black Sperm, fucking Gums eating the shit out of Pig God. I get Saitama stealing gold from a mine shaft. I get Saitama playing Minecraft. That's what I get. And a little bit of titties. That's what I got. Like in the grand scheme of things. And I think that Dragon's Rage said it best when he said, I'm disappointed because people hyped it up. And the chapter itself is good. There was nothing actually wrong with the chapter. It just wasn't hype. It was not a hype chapter. It was things happen, story progression. Let's keep going. You know how you love certain chapters of a book? Lord of the Rings is the greatest books ever written. But I can tell you there are chapters of those books that are better than others. It's like any media format. There are moments in movies that are better than any others. Take the greatest movie of all time. There are better scenes than other scenes. It's Wonderful Life is one of the greatest movies ever made. There are scenes that I won't fast forward through, but I'm just like, okay, I'm waiting for the next scene because I can't wait for the scene after that. Like, it's just the way it is. And yeah, I hate being non-genuine. That MC Dude was mentioning before. I hate being non-genuine. I'm not gonna get here and be like let's just jump back for a second. Let's go. Okay. Let's say Flashy surprised. Flashy. Let me get my blade. Flashy. He went wham, and it was just like wham, and I was like. are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Like, how ingenuine is that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like don't get me wrong. If I ever am live reacting on live stream to a Shanks Stops the War, Shanks shows up at Marineford level chapter in any series, if we get that kind of hype ever again in manga history, like Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 3 or something, don't care if it makes sense. He goes Super Saiyan 3 again, like in canon, you will see me do that shit. You will see me go nuts. You will see me lose my shit, tear my hair out, and go nuts. Look like Albert Einstein right there. But yeah, you will see me go absolutely nuts. But not for, like, I hate non-genuine energy. I really do. And I don't believe that, like, Grim Reaper puts it on. I don't believe that Roger Space puts it on. I don't believe King of Lightning puts it on. I believe they are actually... There's a reason that I literally watch every single one. I even watch some solo leveling shit from King of Lightning because I love Cole. I think Cole is freaking hilarious. There is nothing better than listening to him. That deep-ass voice of his, like, and that rumble in his throat. Like, I mean, I just enjoy it, right? Like, there's just nothing like it. Toa of Bionicles says, Boros took them and still lived. Yeah, but Boros is a god-level threat. MC Dude said, yes, the one character who has, yeah, the god-level threat. Bionicle says, and I'm going to keep calling one Bionicle from now on since I saw that Toa thing. The ones that took multiple were the snakes / dragons. I mean, yeah. Which are part of Orochi. MC Dude makes a good point. Part of Orochi, yeah. Like, that was all Orochi's body. Just because Orochi's body was massive and all, like, fucking Naraku Inuyasha shit doesn't mean it's not still his body. Bionicle says, Boros the one for taking multiple hit and the serious punches still live for a few seconds after. I mean, are we arguing who's stronger, Boros or Orochi? I would give it to Boros, no problem, but Orochi's no bitch either. Like, just that he was up against parity, so, you know. Nah, you just not picking, nitpicking, maybe. Snapback Pirates, yo, Gargoyles, yes! Goliath. Humans call me Goliath. Okay, I cannot go that deep. I tried while I was watching those episodes. I'm only on episode 4. And I remember Gargoyles, the movie, and all that shit. I remember that. I am going to go find my Gargoyle action figures, like, over the weekend. And I'm going to set them up, like, somewhere in this room. Like, back there on that shelf where I have things that I don't use. Like, I have a Super Nintendo, that classic thing that you buy for $100 and it's got all this shit, the retro thing. And unfortunately, I never use it. I feel really bad because my wife bought it for me. Don't tell her. Yeah, I'm going to set them up on there or some shit. Because Gargoyles was amazing. Bionicle said, yeah, I kind of imagine you would have that mindset, yeah. About the chapter, yeah. I don't mean to disappoint anybody, and I feel like anytime if I have a negative, not even a negative opinion, but if I have an opinion that's not, holy fuck, let's do this, it's taken negatively, shall I say? And I hate that. I really do. I did not dislike the chapter. That's what pisses me off. Like, if this was a chapter I read and wasn't reacting to and trying to make a live stream out of, I would have just said, oh yeah, the chapter was good, it was fine, you know, nothing major happened, whatever. MC Dude says, it's good to see Flashy starting to warm up and acknowledge Saitama. Yeah, I like their relationship. Don't get me wrong. I do like that. That's my takeaway from the chapter. Yeah, I think that Flashy is starting to see. Maybe he'll join. Maybe instead of Atomic, which a lot of people were talking about, but maybe he'll join the Fubuki group or the Saitama group with along with King Bang Bomb. Like basically have the strongest characters all be a part of the goddamn group. It's good to see Flash. Did you get to the Robot Goliath yet? Snapback Pirates? No. I'm only on episode 3. I was going to start episode 4, but then I figured I had to do this live stream or do a video or whatever. So, but I remember the Steel Clan, Xanatos and the Steel Clan. Trust me, I haven't seen every episode, but I do actually have a Gargoyles comic where, not Brooklyn. See, I haven't gotten to the names yet. There's Hudson, Brooklyn, there's Beast, there's Goliath, anyway, it was a vampire comic where he gets with a vampire chick. It was a very R-rated comic. My parents bought it for me, and I don't think they realized how gory it was, because it was very gory for, like, my kid-friendly self. Like, I was, like, 9. I still probably do have that comic. There's a Gargoyles comic that I had. It's the guy who eats a lot. I forget his name. I'm really sorry. Like, I know that they're all named after New York places, but shit, I cannot think. Anyways, there was that, and I remember the whole commercial. Gargoyles and the Steel Clan. Gargoyles, the movie. I actually saw Gargoyles, the movie in theaters. Here in Backwater, Nova Scotia, Canada. I actually saw it. It was awesome. I love that Flashy has acknowledged Saitama. Bionicle said that. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Snapback Pirates, you caught up to Solo Leveling? No. I just watched King of Lightning because I like seeing King of Lightning videos. I don't even read Solo Leveling. I just listen to them. That's actually how I got into Toriko. I did not like Toriko. Same with Seven Deadly Sins. I could contribute both of those, honestly, to... one, I can kind of contribute to Netflix for me starting Seven Deadly Sins, the anime. So I didn't like the cover art of Seven Deadly Sins, the manga. I didn't really like the art style, and art style is a big thing for me. But it was actually Toriko I heard about for a long time, and I kind of looked at it and went, no, the art style's not for me. But the way King of Lightning talked about it in some of his old-ass reviews, like I'm talking like 10 years ago, I was like, when he was still in a dorm room or something, and they were really shitty quality, I was like, I gotta read this series. So I started, and Toriko is one of the best. So maybe if anybody, King of Lightning, it won't be Naya or Grim Reaper or anybody like that. It'll get me into Solo Leveling. It'll be listening to King of Lightning hype it up. But I've not read a single chapter of Solo Leveling. I don't like colored comics anymore. I like comic books like Marvel and stuff, but I don't like colored manga. I don't really. I've been reading One Piece colored to try to get me into the thing, but I hate the long stream format and stuff. I hate it. Like webtoons and stuff. I try. I have the Webtoons app. I have like 4 series I follow, and I try to get into more, but it's not the same as manga. Maybe I'm 29, maybe I'm too old for the thing. It's the new thing, Soul Leveling and things like that, and I'm just not really into it. MC Dude says, I'm not arguing, I'm just not standing for Orochi slander. You know what? Fight your battle, pick your battles, fight your battles, take the hell or take the war. It's always up to you, man. Bionicle said, the fuck? You never watched that show? What show? See, I'm really behind on the live chat, dude, so you're going to have to mention what show. I didn't see every episode of Gargoyles, if that's the show. That's the only show I think I mentioned. I never saw every single episode, but I watched most of it when I was a kid. Um, he also says, nah, I just saw the chapter and then you said I am going to do a live reaction. I thought you were going to be disappointed. Nothing happened here. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. I'll say, which to be honest, I too was, since I was expecting Gar versus Darkshine. Like, yeah, where the fuck is that? I'm sorry, it's 2020. Hit it off with a bang. Even Oda kind of disappointed me with that shit. Like, he ended 2019 on the highest note he possibly could. But 2020 has not hit the ground running in One Piece. Bionicle says, "Oh, okay, you scared me. I thought you never saw Gargoyles." No. I never watched. I never got to see every single episode as a kid. It's the same way. Like, I wasn't a rich kid. I didn't also, until I was an adult, I never got to see every single episode of Reboot or Pokemon. My first Pokemon episode was there are two episodes. It's either when they reach Saffron City and Ash falls off the cliff and he summons Bulbasaur with the vines, or it's the Vulpix episode where Brock gets Vulpix. One of the two on an old CTV, like old goddamn, cube fucking tube TV in my grandmother's bedroom. One of those two episodes was the first episode of Pokemon I ever saw. And, yeah. And Reboot, there were so many episodes I missed of Reboot and stuff. And it was just like, our household didn't work that way. So, we only got so much TV. And back then, you couldn't record or whatever. We tried to record things with our VCR and stuff, and we did. I still have we have Super Bowls. We have with Dallas Cowboys winning, of course. Dallas Cowboys. We have the Mickey's Christmas Carol and shit like that on VHS. But I have the original Star Wars trilogy, like unedited. With, "Hello, I'm Leonard Maltin. I have an interview with George Lucas for every single tape." I miss VHS. So much better. I really do. So what, the quality's shitty. Who cares? I really don't. MC Dude says, have you read Hunter x Hunter? No. People tell me I should. I keep meaning to. But I have other series on the go that I'm supposed to read, like Attack on Titan. It's only like 100+ chapters. I should be able to get through that. God, I don't want to read Attack on Titan. MC Dude said, actually scratch that, just watch it. Problem is, that takes longer. I can get through manga way faster than episodes. I still wouldn't be caught up with One Piece if I had tried to watch One Piece rather than read it. Dragon's Rage. Have you read Kimi to no Yabiya? Is that Demon Slayer? I feel like that's Demon Slayer. Is that it or something? I feel like I've seen that before. Let me go under a tab that I know of. I can check that because I thought I saw that. Yeah, that's Demon Slayer, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's the popular one that people are raving about. No, I have not. Bionicle says, yeah, the old block of a TV. Yeah, like I'm talking something from the 80s. I'm talking like 1988 television that you could never break. Like, I took a baseball bat to one time as a teenager. You can't break those screens. That's solid glass. That's like 8 inches of glass. You would never break one of those. Drop that from a skyscraper. Guarantee you'd smash the plastic. That glass would probably still be half intact. Fucking things were impenetrable. Like, my old VCR, the old RCA, back when RCA was like the brand before Sony and Samsung and shit, and LG and all them, before all these Chinese brands. Well, I don't know if RCA is a Chinese company either. But either way, RCA, that old VCR weighs about 25 pounds. And I tell you right now, thing fucking still works. It's from 1982. Still works. Thing weighs 25 pounds. Still play VHS. Now you guys go find me a DVD player when they first came out. Go find me a DVD player that still works. Go ahead. I'll wait. So I had 3. I have one in the box. Plugged it in. Doesn't work. One in a box. Brand new. Never been touched. Doesn't work. Like, DVD. And that's a Sony. Like, I got faith in Sony and shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm a PlayStation guy now. Used to be Nintendo. Now I'm Sony. But, yeah. Like, they build things like shit today. Dark times those were. Yeah, not really. I had a great childhood. I miss the 90s. Yeah, I have the originals too. Star Wars movies. Yeah, you can't get them on DVD. As far as I'm aware, you can't get them on Blu-ray. It's the whole reason. I actually do not own. It's one of the only. Like, I have about 200 Blu-rays. I do not own Star Wars in any description. Even the prequels, because I'm waiting for a box set that comes out or anything. The moment they come out with the original trilogy on video one last time, when they come out with it and it's unedited, and I can watch the edited shit, but I get pissed. Especially with Return of the Jedi and A New Hope. Empire Strikes Back, there wasn't enough editing to bother me. Boba Fett was a little weird with Jango's voice. And the Emperor being different. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. I got a big problem with A New Hope, and I got a big problem with the end of Return of the Jedi. Two problems that are too big. So I'm still waiting. That's the only reason I don't own it. Because my wife asked me, she goes, you still don't own Star Wars? Why are we watching it on Disney Plus? Because she'd never seen it. I said, because I won't buy it. I want to buy the trilogy that I grew up with. I want to buy the movie from 1977. I don't want to buy the one from the 90s. I want to buy the one that was made in 77. If I get enough money, I'm going to do what my uncle used to do. He used to burn DVDs, but he used to hook up his VCR to his computer somehow, and he used to be able to get the movie off the tape without ruining the tape, and then get it onto a burned disc. He couldn't increase the quality, but I would take the loss in quality just to have the goddamn thing on disc. Dragon's Rage, it is. Yeah, it's Demon Slayer. Yeah, okay. I'm not going to read Demon Slayer for a long time. Dragon's Rage, you should read it or watch Demon Slayer. The anime has 1 season and a canon movie coming out. Yeah, everyone's talking about Demon Slayer. As I said, it'll be a while before I read that. Only because right now, I'll be honest with you guys. You guys heard of March Madness? It's something in basketball, but it's also very government-esque. And to be perfectly honest with you, it means that they're spending a shit ton of money. And like, I'm usually a 8 to 3:30 type of job. I have pretty easy for the most part. I work hard during those hours, but I only have to work 7.5 hours. And I get a good salary. This week we've been working like 9-hour days. Maybe more. And then I have to come home and do a bunch of paperwork. Like the last Monday, Tuesday, I worked about 11-hour days. If you want to include the coming home and going straight to paperwork for 3 hours. So, and then having supper at 9:30 at night. Because I didn't have time. Because you have to get these things out before 8 o'clock. You know. So things like that, right? Because March Madness is basically when the government spends a shit ton of money. So I'm going to be super busy up until the end of March. After March, we'll have to see. So maybe then I'll have more time for more videos and more reading more different manga. Like, I've already promised to read Attack on Titan for the longest time. I have not had the chance to get to that because I haven't read a new manga yet because I'm just trying to keep up with the mangas that I currently are ongoing and I read. And that's about the extent of the time I have for manga, to be honest. One says, yeah, I don't know what the hell they used to make those TVs, same as Nokia. Yeah, it's like, it was solid glass, man. It was impeccable. Studio says, I've got to go eat. It was good to hang out. Good night, y'all. See you later, MC Dude. Sorry I was late to your message. Blah, blah, blah. Going an hour and 40 minutes. We still need to get to one of the things that Vib sent me. Excuse me. I promised him I would. So we'll do that here in a minute. I'm going to go... I'm going to go take a leak, I think. And since I have definitely learned from my past live stream that I need to mute the microphone when that happens. So, one says, I have pizza. Awesome. What type of pizza? Let me know. I will try to mute. How do I mute this? How do I mute my audio? Okay, well, I hope that worked. To make sure, if you guys can't hear me, all three of you that are in here, make sure you let me know. Because I've never muted myself on a live stream before. What about just pepperoni? A regular pepperoni pizza. Man, like, last time I ordered a pizza, they said their maximum was 12 toppings. I was like, I'll pay an extra $5 to get, like, 15 toppings on this pizza. That pizza... You couldn't see the cheese on that fucking thing. I love loading up my pizza. Every veggie, every meat, every fucking... Yeah, I love it. I seriously need more ice. I'm sorry to leave you guys again. But let me know. Let me know. What do you guys put on your pizza? Do you guys believe in Hawaiian pizza? Do you load your pizza up? Let me know. I'll be right back. I just need to grab some ice. Okay, alright. Okay, we still have the same three people in here, I think. I miss my ponytail, guys. Do you guys remember my ponytail? I used to have one. My hair's getting longer, but it's not long enough yet. Used to have a ponytail. Used to do the Gannicus thing, where you have the hair out here, then you take, like, the first top half, put this part in a bow, and then the rest would hang down. Just do that too. Go check my old reviews, my oldest videos. You'll see that. You'll see it. All right. Well, we might as well go through Vib's thing here. It's okay. There are two links. We might do both before I end the stream. I don't know. The stream has been going for an hour and 44 minutes. I've been trying to keep the stream alive, but as I told you guys, I don't mean to be a downer. This was my worst stream. I would call this my worst stream ever. Yay! I will definitely label it as such after it's uploaded and stuff. So, the first link is the hard One Punch Man knowledge quiz. Okay, if I get depending on the number of let's see. Let's just hit start. Okay, it's not timed. Good. There's a lot of ads on the page, but it's 1 out of 20. Okay, if I get at least 6 right, 6 out of 20. I know it's still a fail, but I don't expect, if it's a hard One Punch Man quiz, I'm not going to get any of this. Okay, who attacked City A from outer space? I don't know. It's multiple choice. The Dark Masters is Digimon. Deathbringers, that doesn't sound right. Dark Matter Thieves, okay. What rank is Tatsumaki in S class? Well, that's second. What threat level is this? Is that Oni looking thing? That's a demon. The face in Saitama. What did the big chinned boy do to upset Crab Lante? Oh, he drew nipples on him. The boy drew fake nipples on his shell. Okay, yeah, I got that. Why does Saitama kill Carnage Kabuto? Wasn't that because he missed the sale? Because Saitama missed a one-day sale. Yeah, I'm going with that. Who are these guys? They're the Sky Folk, aren't they? The wing, like the Tengu looking fuckers. Birdmen, that doesn't sound right. Skyloftians. Bird Person Society. Bird Person Society kind of sounds like One Punch Man, but I'm going to go with Skyfolk. What building is this? Okay, it's the big square thing. It's not the Hero Association. House of Evolution is the only thing I recognize on this list, honestly. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. I know the Hero Association. I know the House of Evolution. I've never heard of the Hero Hotel or the Hero Training Camp. Hero Training Camp, that's My Hero Academia, isn't it? And I don't know about the Hero Hotel. House of Evolution is from One Punch Man, though, and that's not the Hero Association building. So I'm going House of Evolution. How old is Child Emperor? Is he 12? He's 12, right? Or is he 10? He's not 8, and he's not a teenager. So he's either 10 or he's 12. This one's kind of tough. I'm not 100%. I am not 100% on this one. I'm going to go with 10. What is the thumping sound that always happens around King? Well, that's his heartbeat. Yeah, King's heartbeat. What is Genos' final attack to try to defeat Mosquito Girl? Doesn't he try to his answer is always self-destruct. Would it be cool? What would be cool to have according to Saitama's season 2 premiere? That's his action figure, right? His own figurine, yeah. What is the hentai predator that was super scared of King in season 2? I don't know. Tongue stretcher, black sperm, beast. I mean, Beast King's a predator, I guess. He's sure, Beast King. What game did King buy? These are all a bunch of Highway Blossoms 2, sure. How many super fight tournaments did Baku's... I don't even remember who this Bakuzan is, so I'm going to say he won 4. How did Genos manage to win against Awakened Cockroach? I'm assuming he used self-destruct again. I just don't care. What is the name of this gathering? Oh, it's the Swordmasters thing. Isn't that the Council of Swordmasters? And the member of Council of Swordmasters, well, there's my answer, tries to convince others to eat a monster cell. That was Haragiri. I do remember that because that was recent in the manga. Why does Garo hate heroes? His childhood trauma. There we go. Why did Centuro... That's Elder. Oh, Centuro. The I get that because centipede and churro as in carcass. Yeah, so Centuro, Elder Centipede, joined the monsters attack. He wanted his revenge on Blast. What technique did Genos use after Elder Centipede cut him in half? Let me guess, self-destruct. What was my result? 15 out of 20? I mean, it wasn't super hard. Like, I knew I had some, right? Like, King's Heartbeat and Garo's Reason and stuff like that. I knew those ones. I thought those would be way harder. 15 out of 20. I'm really happy about that. Wonder which ones I got wrong. Okay, it wasn't Beast King with Super Scared. It wasn't the game King bought. The fight tournaments with Bakuzan. How to win against Awakened Cockroach. And how Genos used against Elder Centipede and stuff. But to be fair, I did guess on the... which ones? Child Emperor was 10. I guessed that. I guessed House of Evolution and Skyfolk. I guessed Self-Destruct basically every single time for Genos. And, and the first one, Who Attacked City A from Outer Space? The Dark Matter Thieves. I did not remember that. So I got lucky with a few. So if you want to take like 3 or 4 points off me and say, well, you got 11 out of 10, still a pass. It's above 50%. So I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, let's see. Checking the chat. Bionicle says 10, I think. I assume that's Child Emperor's age. Yeah. Genos used super glue. Super glue? Are you kidding me? I don't remember that, but sure. Centuro is Viz's garbage translation. Oh, okay. MC Dude. Oh, that was MC Dude saying, "Hey, I'm back." I thought you were going. It was good to hang out. I've got to go eat. Well, so you came back. Okay. Hey, hi. How's your night been? Who's you or anyone? I guess pizza. Pizza's good. Yeah. Weird conversation, but okay. MC Dude said, "Wow, Griever, you must be fanatical about One Punch Man to get that many right." Well, as I said, I guessed on 3 or 4 of them, so if you want to take away my guesses, I got like 11 right. So 11 out of 20. But some of them were about like characters that I clearly knew. And so, it's supposed to be a hard One Punch Man quiz, but who the fuck does not know about the King engine? Or who doesn't know what Garo's motivation is, why he hates heroes? Like, some of them were pretty easy. They were pretty straightforward. You know what I mean? So they weren't that hard. And as I said, I watched season 1. I actually watched the first episode of season 1 a couple times. So I think that was the one with the crab one. So I knew the crab and the nipples thing. So I mean, those are 3 like really easy ones. Like, I didn't find them that hard. Hard would be like, okay, what number did Child Emperor say, the longitude and latitude that he said was the base of operations for this? I would be like, whatever. So, all right, let's go to link 2 for Vib. I don't know what he's got here. Oh my god, there's a ton of them. Viv, I can't see all these. It's these meme comic things that he linked me to from Reddit. And I mean, there's a really funny one with Darkshine. But I don't know how to like easily show you guys screen and stuff, so yeah. Like this first one, it's Ian showing up saying, "Hey, you're not going to kill those hostages, are you?" And it's Sweet Mask saying, "Not to worry, I have a permit." And he shows a piece of paper saying, "I do what I want, sleep sweet mask. This is just a piece of paper that says I do what I want. I'm sure they're funny if you see them. Like the face-off one is the face-off one's kind of funny. Dark Shine, Puri Puri, and Garo. The special technique is funny. Silly Bug God. It's Bug God versus Dark Shine. He's about to call him the Dark Shine. Something unpleasant sort of idea. Like, these are funny. And I actually read through quite a few of these because Vib told me about them earlier. But I don't think they're really stream material. Like, the first one was, the first link was because it was a quiz. But these ones I would have to show each one, I guess. And you guys would have to know which ones they were. And I suppose I could post the link in the chat and then people could click it and we could follow along. But it seems like a lot of work. If anybody has a particular meme that they like from One Punch Man, feel free to share a link or share it. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that. At least not this stream. Maybe next stream. Bionicle says pizza is good. I'm assuming pizza is a god. Legit answer. Sure. MC Dude says, oh, he's got some funny comics. Yeah, I mean, they are funny, but I just don't think they're good stream material. I think I'd be bored reading through them. You know, and I'm trying to explain the meme and stuff. Like, Bionicle says, that reminds me of a movie scene. Yeah, it clearly was. See, that's what I'm talking about. You'd have to explain it. I don't know. A little too much work. It's been 2 hours of the stream for One Punch Man. I think we're good. I think I'll call it. This stream did not do well. I'm I won't say very, but I am unhappy. I was hyping where I got hyped up for this chapter by Vib and Chubb a bit, and I think Greek too. I got hyped up for these coming chapters, and the coming chapters are now we're 5 deep, and none of them have been hyped. So 3 months waiting for that hype to come. Jesus Christ, every other series has had hype. One Piece has had hype. Yona's had hype. Goddamn Valkyrie's had hype. Every other series has had a hype chapter in these last 3 months, and One Punch Man has not. Not for me, anyways. Not the hype level that I want for a stream. So, yeah. What do you guys think, though? Let me know. And all that fun jazz. I think I'm going to end the stream here in a minute. Yeah, because I'm just... Yeah. I really need to pick my poison, I think. I'd like you guys to let me know what you guys think I should do from here on out when it comes to One Punch Man. I think I might take a vote from now on in my Discord. So even though there's only 2 or 3 of you in here, and honestly, this is really disappointing because not only is it a disappointing chapter, but I think that also reflects the amount of people that are here in my live chat. Because, MC Dude, Bionicle, also known formally as The One, and Dragon's Rage, you guys have been, and I know Snapback was in here for a little bit, you guys carried this live stream for me very well, and I appreciate that. I don't like to have only a 45-minute, hour-long live stream. I like to go for an hour and a half, 2 hours. I like a decent live stream. If I'm going to live stream, it better be a good chunk of time, right? That way people can come and go, and it's not a big deal, right? But for such a, I think the amount of viewers really reflects the fact that this chapter was nothing to write home about, and I'm really disappointed because I even skipped a chapter for the sole purpose of waiting for the next one. And I don't know. I think from now on, anyone who's not in the Discord, join the Discord, and once Vib tells me that the chapter is uploaded, I will be sure to then take a vote and see if this is worth live reacting to. That's what I gotta do. Because this was not. And I'm kind of sitting here wishing I had made a couple of Dr. Stone episode reviews instead. And they get less views. But I would have rather spent my time doing that. You know? Because One Punch Man is just something that when it's hype, I like to do a live stream and I like talking to you guys. But if I only have 3 or 4 of you in here and it's not a great chapter or there's nothing really to talk about other than things that I come up with or you guys come up with, then it might as well just be a regular stream. And had I planned this to just be a regular Friday night stream, it would have been way better, in my opinion. So. One says, her, they will fire you when they found out you did nothing as a teacher. Him, not probable, but I can dream. Yeah. One says, Valkyrie, fire this chapter. MC Dude said, I was about to say, you might have liked Valkyrie. Well, see, I don't read Raws. I know that it's apparently hype. I'm one of the people that think Herc's going to win, or it'll be draw with Herc wins or something like that. I don't think it'll be a flat-out Jack wins, if that makes sense. I've always been on the Herc hype train, so I think Heracles, or Hercules, depending on the way you want to say his name, I think Heracles is going to win, old Herc. I'm waiting for this chapter. I hear that 2 chapters, though, were released, at least in Raws, but I don't check Raws for Valkyrie or One Piece. It's something I don't do. I do check the Raws for Taizai, and that's about it. So I gotta wait for the translations, but look forward to the behind the bar reviews because I am sticking to that. So there will be, once there are translations out, I will be reviewing chapter 26 of Valkyrie, and I'm really looking forward to it because I like Jack the Ripper and I like Heracles, but I want old Herc to win. I like Herc better than Jack. I'm a little disappointed in Jack's. Jack's backstory was good, but I was expecting something better. It was good, but I don't really like the magical eye color seeing thing. It's cool, but it literally made me go, okay, I know what he's about. I liked him better when I didn't know what his deal was, and now that I know his deal, I'm rooting for Herc even more. Just saying. I like them both, but now that I know Jack's deal, it just makes me go, no, okay. I'll vote for Herc. So, we'll see. One agrees with me and says the One Punch Man chapter was not in the right home boat. Yeah, I didn't think so. Jack gonna win? I don't know, man. If Chubb is right, and I've always thought this too, that either his Voland is the city itself, or his Voland is his gloves. That's what Chubb brought up. I like the gloves theory. My problem is that either way, his Voland is a little broken compared to the other Volands that we've seen. And that would make it totally unfair against a semi-god. Because then it's totally unfair. Because Heracles is a character who is a god, but he's like the manliest man. He's basically like Adam. He's not really a god because every time he uses his god powers, he uses up more of his life force and he's going to die. He's got a goddamn double-edged sword of an ability. He's not Poseidon or anything. If this was anybody else, if Jack had gone up against fucking Thor, Zeus, or Poseidon, Jack would be dead. But he's going up against Heracles, who is handicapped by his own goddamn ability, and then we give the most broken Voland to Jack. Like, I really hope that the writing is good to explain this, because the way it looks is that everything Jack touches, or the entire environment around him, is his Voland. And that's cheap as fuck. Now, Heracles agreed to the terms of the setting and blah, 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 but that doesn't mean the whole setting should be a Voland. Because the Volans of goddamn Adam was a goddamn fist. It was brass knuckles. That was it. And the Voland of the actual only human winner was a sword that split into two swords. Big whoop. But a couple of swords. Weapons. If he let go of the swords, he'd be done. He has no Voland. And the one before that was, once again, a spear. Weapons. Regular weapons. If Jack is that broken, it's unfair. It seems like the match made in heaven for that to be the case. You know what I mean? So, one says, hashtag Jack Gang. No, fuck the Jack Gang. Fuck the Jack Gang. Trombonist Abby says, did you see the new episode of Seven Deadly Sins yet? Nope. I haven't seen a link to the subbed version of episode 15. I'll probably review that tomorrow, though. I'll try to find a link and I'll watch it tomorrow. If you have a link, Abby, put it in the... I know you're part of my Discord, so put it in the Discord, put it in spoilers or general chat, wherever, and just at me at it. And I'll be sure to watch it. I saw that there was a version out. I think one posted one and you posted one or something like that. But I got no use for one that I can't fucking understand, right? So, you know, I need a link with some English subs. Once I get that, I'll review it. One says, Herc also kind of innocent. I mean, yeah. But that's what makes him nice. I mean, Adam didn't really have a Voland. Yeah, he did. His knuckle duster. That was his Voland. His brass knuckles. His brass knuckles was his Voland. It was a weapon. We had a spear, brass knuckles, and a couple of swords. Now all of a sudden we have a goddamn city? Or if Chubb's right and it's his gloves, then I'm okay with his Voland being his gloves. That means everything he holds and touches then be in his gloves becomes his Voland. My problem is that he threw those goddamn knives. And he threw the goddamn clock face. And it let go. That means everything he touches transforms into a Voland even after it leaves his hand. That's cheap as fuck. That's broken. Or it's not broken, but it's cheap as fuck compared to the ones we've seen. You imagine Adam. If Adam had Jack's Voland, if it's either one of those, Zeus would be dead. Zeus would be goddamn dead. Like, it doesn't make sense that the strongest fucking human only had a knuckle duster or brass knuckles, and fucking Jack the Ripper, who can't fight toe to toe with Hercules, has a broken Voland. It's just I don't really like it. That's all I'm saying. Read my command again, but slower. Your comment again, but slower. Which one? Herc also kinda innocent. I mean, Adam didn't really need a Voland. Oh, sorry. Need, not have. That's my bad. He didn't need one? I mean, no, but once again, as I just pointed out, I don't think I'm wrong. If he had Jax, if Jax is either one of those things, either the gloves are his Voland and everything that leaves his hand is still a Voland, broken, or the whole city's his Voland, so the environment. But if his glove touches and can leave, either way, the environment is his Voland. If Adam had that Voland, Zeus would be dead. So, yeah. Yeah, not a huge fan. Not a huge fan. Wife texting. Be happy once you get a wife. It's a lovely feeling. Honestly, it really is. Being married is probably one of the best things, because then, in all honesty, don't really need to give a shit about my appearance. It's fantastic. I can look how I want. I can shave when I want. I can do what I want. It's totally wonderful. Like, you don't need to, like, dress to impress. Like, I can just wear the comfy clothes I want to. I don't need to go out to bars if people want to. Like, if I just want to stay in and play video games, or if I want to go here on YouTube, or if I want to, whatever I want to do, I can just do. It's like, I don't need to, I really like that aspect of marriage. Is that you're not trying to impress anybody. It's just like, I've seen you at your worst. I've seen you wake up in the morning with your mouth open, fucking, that kind of shit. Morning breath and all that crap. After that point, there's no secrets. So it's lovely. Alright. I don't really see Adam using anything other than his first, to be honest. I assume you mean his fist. Yeah, but even so, if he had it, you know what I mean? Like I just don't. I don't see these superpowered humans fighting tooth and nail to beat these gods. Like, I don't know. There's something about it. You can make the argument that they were frontline fighters and Jack is not, and that's his strategy, and it's different because Hercules is the first frontline fighter against a non-frontline fighter, and that's what we're getting into now. We're getting into less clash of meathead versus different types of strategies. You could make that argument, but still, the Voland of Jack is basically going, oh, you're not. It's basically handicapping. It's giving him an advantage, basically like, oh, well, we feel bad for Jack because he's not a frontline fighter. We know he'll die to Hercules in one swing. Well, we better make it's like a video game. They're trying to balance the characters. They're balancing Jack by giving him a superior Voland to the last three combatants, and I don't like it. The Voland is simply supposed to be able to hurt the gods. A weapon that can hurt the gods that they possess. It's not supposed to be fucking a Bankai. Bionicle says, that single life, my boy. Yeah. I mean, I'll admit it. I brought it up to my wife one time. She kind of got upset and mad at me, but I was like, some days I do miss the single life. It happens so rarely, though, like a couple times a year. Like just for a weekend. When my wife's pissed and I'm bored and I got nothing to do and stuff, and I'm thinking, like, go out drinking, do that, look at all these hot women. Or especially when I watch, like, a new show or movie, like a Blue Mountain State or an American Pie or any of these movies where you see all these really hot, like, cheerleader type women and stuff, and these house parties, and you miss going to those things and stuff like that, because I used to go to those, right? And you kind of miss that atmosphere of going down to bars, going downtown, catching the bus, getting drunk with your buddies, trying to impress girls, sort of idea. Just that young 20s lifestyle. Sometimes, it's happened less and less as I've gotten older. I'm closer to 30 than 20. So, but yeah. I do miss that at very, very seldom intervals, but it's happened before. That's the single life. Did you read The Burn the Witch? Yeah, there's a review up on YouTube from when it was released, buddy. I think it's still there. I don't think it was my old channel. I think it's this one. It's one of my oldest videos because it was around the time that my channel got deleted, but it should be there. Ooh, Naya's starting to stream. Cool. About One Piece. So One Piece. Well, this stream was not successful. There's going to be an OVA. Oh, well, that's exciting. That's exciting. Can't wait to see that, honestly. Well, we've been going for over 2 hours, 2 hours and about 15 minutes. We're going to end the stream. I'm sorry it was so disappointing. I really, really am. Especially since right now we have the most amount of viewers in here that we've had all goddamn night. 5 viewers. Really? Like, I started a stream the other day and I got goddamn like 15, almost 20. It's just crazy. Tenryu, I mean, I'll answer that question. I mean, Tenryu, Popeye versus Saitama, your thoughts? Popeye every day, man. Popeye, he eats a spinach. He's good to go. Rumors that the OVA might bring Bleach back. I mean, it could. I really like what Retro Rhino's doing, considering he's got Johnny Young Bosch and everything on board. It just takes a really long time for him to produce, of course. But what Retro Rhino's doing is acceptable to me for now, because he's a one-man army, man. He's fighting that cause. But yeah, Popeye, 100%. You have a good night. Actually, everyone do that. Yeah, people need to stop grasping at straws for the Bleach anime returning. Let it go, for fuck's sake. Bleach was so much better, though, than, if Boruto can happen, like, if Boruto can get a manga and an anime, god damn it, bring back the better thing, you know? Like, Toriko was trashed when it was anime. It was terrible anime. And it was a fantastic manga, better than Naruto. And Bleach was another good manga, better than Naruto. Naruto somehow still gets an anime, gets a sequel manga, and gets same with Fairy Tail. People hate Fairy Tail. Somehow Fairy Tail's still going with 100 Year Quest. How the fuck did that happen? Somehow all these happen, but the great ones like Bleach and Toriko don't get to finish. That makes no sense. Makes no sense to me. So I will not stop grasping at straws. It's the same with things like Firefly. Like The Mandalorian is basically Firefly done again, which in the Star Wars universe. And I'm not upset by that. Because good things should be appreciated and should continue. So, yeah, I'm with one. It'll resurrect as a phoenix. Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I really do. You know? Because by that logic, like, there are millions of fans of Family Guy. Like, I like Family Guy well enough, and that thing's been canceled 3 times. Now, if Seth MacFarlane had just given up after the first cancellation and said, nope, never happening again, you wouldn't have all the extra seasons of Family Guy. But I'm sure there was a show out there that was this close to being canceled. MASH, greatest show, like, ever made. With the most watched season finale of any show in history up until, like, the Super Bowl of, like, 9 years ago. It beat the Super Bowl for multiple years. That's how good this goddamn show was and how much people loved it. MASH nearly got canceled, like, twice in its opening seasons. You know? But it pushed through. Like, if people just give up, it's just a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Boruto shouldn't have happened. Agreed. Toriko was mediocre. I gotta ask you, what do you think's better than Toriko? So I can say no. I'm just kind of curious. I don't mean to be insulting, but Toriko is like, it's like right up here. You know? The big 3 were Bleach, Toriko, and One Piece. Naruto can get back in that 4th spot all at once. Bleach is decent. Bleach is decent. Okay, I'll accept Bleach is decent, and Naruto is one of the worst shonen of all time. If you want to go to, like, you know. One said good, even the series Lucifer. I was watching Lucifer. You know that you've seen my thumbs one when I was doing the Sinner comparison and stuff, demon, like, theory videos. Lucifer is something I watched from day one. Day one, I was watching that shit. Me, my mom, and dad were watching Lucifer from day one. And when it got to Netflix, I watched all of season 4. I binge-watched season 4 all one day. Binge-watched the whole thing. It was fantastic. Was canceled but came back. Yeah, and we're getting season 5 this year. I can't wait. Tenryuto. Toriko had little to no characterization. That's, um, had little to no characterization. I don't understand. The lack of sufficient good characters in Toriko killed it? I want you to name me a character in Naruto that's good. I want you to name me a character that in Toriko is bad. That's what I want. Not, like, what do you mean sufficient good characters? I don't. Is there a character in Toriko that sucks? I'm trying to think of one. I feel like John Travolta, like looking around in Pulp Fiction, like where do I, what do I do here? I'm like looking for the person that hates a Toriko character. Like I don't understand. Lack of sufficient good characters. The four Heavenly Kings are all good characters. All the old characters, Susanoo, Ichiryu, Midora. If no one else, Knocking Master Jiro. One of the greatest characters in manga, period, is there. Knocking Master Jiro. The Eight Kings. We were just talking about, is it Hercules or Heracles? No, we got Horse King Heracles. What do you... Tenryu, I don't know what have you been smoking a little too much of the bad shit? Like I mean up here in Canada it's legal. I don't know if you're in Canada or whatever, but maybe you should come up if you need to smoke something better because woo, man, Toriko is Toriko's in my top 10, man. Toriko's in my top 10. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't kick anybody for opinions or whatever, but I will argue right here on stream that Toriko is fantastic. Toriko has plenty of faults, but its characters are wonderful. I love their characters. If you didn't love their characters, then what characters do you love? No characterization. Like, I can accept a good argument, but I don't see how that's a good argument. Lack of sufficient characters. Most characters in... Okay, here we go. Most characters in Toriko were never fully fleshed out. Even the most hardcore Toriko fans admit the characterization was lacking. Even King of Lightning agrees. King of Lightning is a huge Toriko stan. Of course he is. I mean... See, the thing is that by that logic, and I've heard Naya and a few other YouTubers say the same thing, One Piece, the Straw Hats have no characterization either. They are the same characters they have been throughout most of the series. And they continue to be that way. And in retrospect, it's not incorrect. Because Naya also points out that doesn't make One Piece a bad series. It's just that it's not focused on that like Full Metal Alchemist or Death Note. The focus isn't that journey of that particular characterization. It's the focus of everything else around them. You know, there's something to be said for that. I mean, is the characterization great in Toriko? No. And were characters... I mean, Midora... I can name characters right now that were fleshed out fine by the end of the series. You have Midoriya, you have Ichiryu, you have Dawn Slime, you have goddamn Neo Demon, you have I would argue that like Sunny especially, I would say, out of the four Heavenly Kings, if you wanted to argue some of the Heavenly Kings, I would say that Sunny and Toriko had fine characterization. So did Star June. Sana to a degree, Jero to a degree. The Blue Nitro as a whole, as a race, had characterization. So see, that's what I'm saying. There was plenty of characterization that might not be perfect, and it's not like awe-inspiring or anything. But considering that there was enough there, it's lacking, sure, with their huge cast of characters, comparable. Komatsu, a big one, plenty of characterization there. It's lacking in characterization, but it's not void of characterization. And the fact of the matter is that they sacrificed that for good world building. If I would make that argument, so. Tenryuto says, let me explain better. Many Toriko characters lack backstories. A good chunk of them are defined by one personality trait. The interactions between them tend to focus on exposition. That's fine dandy, and I just agreed with that. The thing is that I just listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I listed over 8 characters, or 8 or more, that have backstories that were fleshed out. And most of them are mains. So, I mean, Sunny had a fine backstory and stuff. I mean, Toriko did too. Like the main character did. Komatsu had one. As I said, Ichiryu and everybody, you know. Lots of characters were underutilized and character arcs were underwhelming executed. You want to talk about underwhelming? Once again, Toriko did it better than a lot of current running things like Black Clover, My Hero Academia, Naruto, all of them, because you have all these cast of characters that never get any screen time. Even Bleach has that problem. Every manga with characters has that problem, though. I'm not saying that you're going against Toriko specifically, but this trait of having like a huge cast of characters when you're 300-400 chapters in and not focusing on them enough has been a problem in all shonen manga. Almost every single one. Other than small casts with Fullmetal Alchemist and Death Note, outside of that, you are always going to have that problem. But I believe there is enough utilization in character arcs, good enough in Toriko to keep you moving forward, plus the amount of world building and stuff. I think that, like, for its faults in characterization, once again, I can agree with that. There are some faults in it, and it doesn't focus enough. But it does also bring an immaculate, amazing world building that is only threatened with One Piece. There is no other world building goddamn manga out there in the last 2 decades as big as One Piece or Toriko. That's a fact. They are 1 and 2. I don't care who you put above 1 or 2, but nobody's touching those 2 spots. I love Bleach. I think Bleach is fantastic. I love Bleach. I got a soft spot for Bleach. But even the Soul Society and Wakamundo and all that stuff does not compare to the amount of world building put into those 2 series. So, do they sacrifice some characterization? Sure, but their world building is 11 out of 10. So you kind of have to, okay, take some demerit points off here, but you have to elevate this point here. It's like a category thing. It's like a sports team. It's like anything. You take some points off of this stat, but you increase that stat, you know? It's like an RPG. Your rogue is going to be shitty in strength, but my god, his stealth is up there. Same with a... Or better yet, a mage. A mage's strength is going to be low. His intelligence and wisdom is going to be through the roof, right? Doesn't mean the character's a bad character. Know what I'm saying? One above all says, so Log Horizon getting a season 3 by Studio Dean, the one making Taizai. What the hell is Log Horizon? I'm really curious. What the hell is Log Horizon? And Tenryu, because I can't say that last, Tenryu Aito, uh, feel free to keep talking about this. Like, I'm curious about your reasoning and stuff. Like, I'm not trying to, like, I feel like sometimes people, like, I got that on my last few videos. People said, "Oh, you're too arrogant" or something like that. It's like, no, I'm just passionate about my opinion. I think Toriko's great, and so I'm going to defend it. But it doesn't mean that I'm disregarding your opinions. I'm trying to figure them out. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, Toriko had no characterization. That's a bold statement, you know, for me, because I don't believe it. But like, I don't mind discussing this. You know what I mean? It's definitely good, because I won't say it's very great at characterization either. Like, I'll definitely concede that. You know, there isn't super moving, like, 50 characters of immeasurable goddamn quality. You know. One says, I mean, not a lot to build in most Bleach. Most of the things were already explained. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It wasn't huge, but even the world itself was vastly smaller by comparison, of less explanation than the other two. Tenryu says, yeah, Toriko's world building was pretty exciting. One Piece is the only one that exceeds it. Yeah, as I said, I firmly agree with that. I feel like Toriko just needed more mythos on the characters. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, but once again, remember, it's just like Jump to do this though, man. Bleach and Toriko cut before their time. Naruto can run for as long as the fuck it wants, along with Boruto and Fairy Tail and all these. Like, I like Fairy Tail, honestly, guilty pleasure. I like Fairy Tail, but my God, cutting Bleach short like that, and then people bitch at Kubo for the ending. It's like, well, you axed my series. What did you want me to do? Just end it, keep going, and then just end it on a fight scene? You know what? I really wish Kubo had done that. I wish Kubo had said, "So what? Then do it." And then he kept going, and then all of a sudden, like halfway through the Askin fight, he just last chapter of Bleach, done. He's not going to give you a conclusion. And then Kubo says, "Shonen Jump basically axed my series. Too bad. You guys are not going to be satisfied." That is a better stance to take than letting Shonen Jump control it. And it's the same thing that happened to Toriko. Toriko had a whole nother arc ahead of it. And we might have gotten longer characterization and mythos on characters and everything you were wanting, because that series should have been 500 plus chapters long, got cut before chapter 400 when they basically went off into space because he needed to hurry up the final battle. I hate that. Shonen Jump made both Bleach and Toriko better series than a lot of them. Fairy Tail, Naruto, all these other ones, Black Clover, My Hero Academia. Better series, made them hurry the fuck along to a final battle conclusion. I wish both of them had just went, nope, I'm going to go at my own pace, and when you ask me, that's the last chapter. That would have proven that Shonen Jump's the problem. Not because too many people blame Kubo, and I always forget his name, but the creator of Toriko. They blame them for rushed endings and bad conclusions and bad endings and all that. No. Blame Jump. Because Jump did it. I heard Kubo was too sick to continue the series. No, he was pressured too much by Jump to continue the series. He was sick for a while, but they wouldn't give him breaks. Like, if Oda says, I need a month break, they'll give it to him. You know, and I'm not disrespecting Oda in any way. But if Oda says, like, because Oda he only produces, let's be real here, Oda produces 3 One Piece chapters per month. He doesn't do 4. He does 3. He takes a week off every goddamn month. You know? I'm not saying the man's not busy. I'm not saying he's not stressed. But if Kubo had tried to do that, saying, look, my health's a little bad. Look at Hunter x Hunter. This is my problem, once again. Hiatuses for Berserk, Vagabond, Hunter x Hunter, all these series for years. The moment somebody writes a Hunter x Hunter chapter, they'll put it in there. Why couldn't Kubo do it? They axe him. That's my problem. They're basically, I won't use the word discriminate, but there's some word there that should prove to you that there's a problem there. Because Toriko and Bleach had way better visions in mind, way better endings, way more stories to tell that weren't allowed to be told. And somehow, the big 4, the big 3, but they're not allowed to keep it. It doesn't make sense. The one's right. He got sick often, but he always kept going. Yeah. In fact, he planned to make another arc after the 1 year Blood War arc. Yeah. The 1K, the 1,000 year Blood War arc. Yeah, he did. He even said, but the problem is that's Jump, man. But Jump will continue to basically like take the best series with the best art and basically go, we won't give you the time of day. Push over. We have My Hero Academia. I'm sorry, the art style is not nearly as good as Toriko or Bleach. And the story's not as exciting. Oh my god, Marvel Comics is in Japan. Woohoo! We have the X-Men in Japan. I'm so excited. I'm not trying to trash My Hero Academia, but it's not Bleach or Toriko. And then Black Clover. Bad art version of, goddamn, what is it? Oh, I think it's called Fairy Tail. And it'll become Fairy Tail eventually. Once again, not hating on Black Clover, but these series are not Toriko and Bleach. And to push Bleach and Toriko aside to make room for these two new up-and-coming is just... You know, I've seen the list. I didn't realize this before. But since I've joined Viz and I'm reading the Viz thing, I see the weekly releases and I see how many shit series they still have on the go. Then I'm like I always used to think it was like, oh, well, they only have like 5 slots. They have like 12. And like 4 of those change like every month because they can't hold the goddamn series together. And I'm sitting back there like, you know, if you brought out a Bleach chapter every like month or something, maybe your Giga or whatever you called it, like the one that where Shokugeki no Soma moved to. If you said, hey, next month issue, Bleach will be doing monthly from now on, I guarantee you people would be picking that magazine up more than they did before. Just saying. I know I would pick one up. I don't buy it now. I'd buy it if I knew Bleach was in it. Just saying. Yeah, one's right. And then there's Boruto. Like, goddamn Naruto fans. You know, I blame Naruto fans because somehow we have just as many... Like, there are millions of Bleach fans, millions of Toriko fans, millions of One Piece fans, millions of Naruto fans, but all of a sudden it's like, well, let's axe 2 out of 4. What? Why? How? And how do you pick up shit like Boruto, which once again, the worst art in Shonen Jump history? I don't, like, preference aside, Boruto, like, Naruto's art was nothing to be happy about. But Boruto's art is worse than any manga that I have on my shelf. It is worse art than anything I've ever read. It's cookie cutter art. I'm not saying I can draw better, but I'm not a mangaka. So, like, I'm telling you right now, every series I have read has better art. The art isn't great. The story is shit. They added cybernetics into a ninja series. Like, it's the worst. Goddamn shit. Let's make a sequel series to Naruto because it was popular. But let's not let Bleach and Toriko, super popular series, finish. Oh, but Naruto can have the worst ending ever as well. A Deus Ex fucking Kaguya fucking bullshit. But yeah, we'll give that a sequel series. No problem. Bleach? Nah, fuck ya. 1,000 Year Blood War arc. Fans look back on it and like it. It's just rushed at the end. Ever seen JoJo? Yeah, parts of it. Haven't seen. I'm not caught up with like part 5 and 6 and all that. One above all, and Samurai 8 too. They also time travel now. Yeah, Samurai. Yeah, and then they let Samurai 8 happen. That's a shit series. I already made a video on that. That's awful. That's stealing. All that is stealing Samurai 7. The anime series, all that is stealing Samurai 7 concept and slapping the Naruto creator name on it with bad art. It's That's all it is. Toriko didn't catch on with the public. That's why it got canned. Not even trying to be a jerk. It's just the truth. I mean, 390 plus chapters says that it went long enough. That's all I'm saying. Like, it might not have caught on with the public well enough, but it was... I mean, there were almost 400 chapters strong, in my opinion. So, I mean, yeah, and I can see that Toriko didn't catch on with the public like Naruto or something, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, like, its sales were doing fine. That's my point. It's like one brought up Lucifer before. Lucifer was the second best watched show on the network and got canceled. But the shows that were in 8th place got renewed for seasons. That's my point. Is that, sure, Toriko might not have been doing well with the public, but it still sold well. People still bought it. People still liked it. So even if it wasn't doing well with the public, it was still one of their best-selling series at the time when it was being produced. They canned it for lesser money-making series. From a business standpoint, it wasn't a smart move, and from a fan standpoint, it wasn't a smart move. That's what I don't understand. Canceling Bleach was a dumb fucking idea. Shonen Jump would have more money. The Shueisha would have more money had they kept Bleach. That's all I'm saying. Keep Bleach and Toriko going until it doesn't make money. That's my point. Like me as an individual. See, I do semi-run a business, and if I keep up the quality of work that I do at the pace I do, I get more business and I get more money, and I keep the same steady income. Now, if all of a sudden I were to lose a couple of jobs at the same site that I work, right? The same building, the same area, I'm not going to pack up my shit and say, well, you're not a customer anymore and I'm not going to do work for you and I'm going to leave. I'm not going to give away millions of dollars worth of work because I lost $10,000-$20,000. I still have a couple of $1 million worth of work over 5 years in that place. I'm not going to, turn my nose because I got a little, I got shoved, for a couple of 5-digit figure numbers, in the summer, when I know in the winter I'll make a 6-figure in business. It's not a good business strategy. You can't convince me that had they kept Bleach and Toriko running at the time with One Piece and Naruto, had they kept all 4 running, that year that they canceled both of them, that they wouldn't have made more money on that issue. Bring back Bleach and Toriko. Have a release where you have Toriko and Bleach continue alongside One Piece and Naruto. Tell me that issue doesn't make more money than the issue that actually exists. Because there's no way that's possible. I just don't believe it. Because I know that's a fact. You know how I know? Because when I looked up the best-selling manga of all time, I didn't see anything currently running in Shonen Jump above Toriko or Bleach. Or Naruto or One Piece. Or Dragon Ball Z. That's how I know. So they were the best-selling of all time, in that category. And My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Dr. Stone, all the things running right now have not touched them. So that leads me to believe that they had a better product on their hands, but they were tired of it for some reason. It just doesn't make sense. Tenryu also says, also none of these should get forced spin-off sequels. Exactly, none of them. No, Fairy Tail, the 100-Year, and Boruto, and none of that, no. One says they still did though. I hope that with the OVA, Bleach gets a chance. I do too. I really do. I definitely do. For a quick synopsis, One Piece and Dragon Ball are still, and as of September 2019, are still the two top best-selling mangas of all time. Naruto being fourth place and Bleach being down there, but still in the top 10. I don't know what, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They are actually in 10th place, and none of the series above them, other than I think Case Closed Detective Conan is also Shonen Jump. I'm not sure, but none of these series are new, and Bleach is still above them in sales, along with One Piece, Dragon Ball, and Naruto. I don't see Toriko on here, but I also don't see any new series from Shonen Jump since the cancellation of Toriko or Bleach. So I just did a quick search there, just to double check my my facts. But yeah. Dragon Age said, I left the stream for a while. What did I miss? I've just been ranting about Toriko and about how it's unfair that Toriko and Bleach got canned when they're basically money makers, and for some weird reason, Shonen Jump doesn't think so. One says the new episode of Ties I Sub is on the Discord now. Good. I think I got a notification about that on my phone. I'll be sure to check that out tomorrow and review it tomorrow. So look forward to that, guys. Bleach still strong? Yeah, Bleach is still strong. Bleach is still good. I love me some Bleach. President of Brazil sending a hug to the Bleach fans? Is that right? I'll have to look that up. Either way, guys, I have been running this way longer. Is this over 3 hours yet? No, but it's getting there, so I don't want it to be that long. So thanks, everyone, for watching. This has been Griever with your live stream for One Punch Man. It wasn't, the last half wasn't really One Punch Man, but let me know in the comments down below or join my Discord and all that stuff. The link will be in the description. Let me know when the next good chapter of the live stream is, because I wanted this to be about a hour and a half, 2 hour live stream about One Punch Man and about the latest chapter, but I felt like I really had to push and strain and like pull this apart, like as Bilbo Baggins said in Fellowship of the Ring, like butter scraped over too much bread. Like I had to spread this shit thin just to get to that hour mark. Thankfully we had enough people in here, you know. Dragon's Rage, Tenryuto, one, who am I forgetting? MC Dude, Snapback Pirates and stuff. You guys were in here long enough to keep the stream going, and I really appreciate that. But I would rather that for a regular stream. The fact of the matter is this One Punch Man stream should have been One Punch Man, and there wasn't really enough to react to. So join the Discord. Next chapter, when it comes out, I will be voting. I will put I'll at everyone and make sure everyone votes and tells me, like, should I react to chapter 127? And then I'll just put thumbs up for yes, thumbs down for no. You guys decide. And if it's close, I might do it. But if it's like then no. I'll wait for the next one. Because I got plenty of other video content to make and that I want to do. So lackluster chapters like this just aren't it. And then I'm stuck here trying to make entertainment, and then we're 3 hours in, and I've only made one video. I can make a lot of videos in 3 hours, so yeah, it's just kind of like it's not as productive as I like to be. Were this a chapter worthy of it, I don't mind talking about it for 6 hours, but yeah. So, anyways, we'll check the chat one last time. One says Twitter, Dragon Rage says bye. One says like rock on or fist pump or something. I don't read emojis very well. So, yeah, guys. All right. Well, we're going to end it here. Like, comment, subscribe. As always, if you're not a subscriber already, This has been Griever with your almost 3-hour live stream for a very lackluster One Punch Man chapter. We will see you back here next time, guys. Don't forget to hit all the buttons and all the bell notifications and hit the links in the description to join the Discord and all that fun jazz. And drink responsibly, as always. We'll see you back here next time.